Depression. Yeah, I actually
Talked
wish we
about the
actually.
depression and the helped shake him out of it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I
And
really
that
wish
whole
I
thing with
recorded that
the
one.
elf and or something.
Yeah. Well, if I remember from that one, you guys, the Rock was a guardian or something, and she told you guys to leave this sacred place. That was a whole thing about that one.
Hmm.
And there was something because you guys faced a. Did you guys ever find out who you fought against?
I don't think we ever got a name from the person. No.
Or did you guys got any information? Like I don't remember if you guys looted the body or even like you know.
Well, the only thing that we killed was the um like an ogre or something like that.
And
Yeah, yeah.
The
It was
rock monster.
it was Eden, that's right. Yeah, it was Eden.
And then, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the rock monster left. We didn't kill it. We had a conversation with the person, and they told us a little bit more about the dragon cult, and then told us mm, not to leave any of them alive on that person's land. And then we
Right,
kind of
right.
left. We didn't really get much out of them.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, like I said, I wish I recorded that because then it would have been a little more fresh in my mind of what happened. But there is something in regards to that, and we'll tie that in later when we get into the actual storyline session on that.
Mhm.
Um, because I was trying to find a segue for a creature that I know one of you wants, and I think that's a segue I could use. Right.
I don't think it's me, but maybe it is. Maybe it's something I put a long time ago and I don't remember anymore.
um, but yeah, in regards to that one shot, yeah, it was called the Into the Dragon's Maw. That was the what was called, and I guess I could catch I mean, if you are you guys down for like an hour or two? I guess like until like maybe 2:30 ish.
I'm down.
Sure.
Okay. You sure, Rob?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm
All
just
right.
eating a sandwich with my mic muted and, kind of going along.
All
Um,
right. Well,
Hey,
yeah,
Chris,
just
one quick thing, man. I was
yeah.
telling these guys that this would be a long ways off, but and if schedules change, that might change things. But for any of us, but whenever this is done, if you want to play for a while, I'm willing to DM. I could run the Princess of the Apocalypse hardcover.
Oh, I'm down to be a player.
I played all
Yes,
the way through
yes.
that in a different Roll20 group on Saturdays that played for over a year, and we just
Right.
finished it. Then we're switching to a different one called Out of the Abyss.
Oh, that's the last one. I mean, I actually just got Curse of the Strahd too, so I was thinking of running that for
Uh,
you guys later on.
yeah, I actually had a buddy pick up that for the Adventure League. They want me to DM that. We've been doing the free modules that you get through the game store.
Oh, yeah, I was actually looking to that
It's been
because yeah,
cool.
there's like a quest card and all that stuff too.
Oh yeah, you get magic item certificates and everything. It's pretty cool. And I actually killed the first character in that.
Huh.
He came back, but
What level were they at?
that was our first level.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty easy. That was one of the things when 5e first came out.
Mhm.
It was like I don't know. Almost every group had at least one death that I'd seen play, and it's they just weren't prepared for it.
You mean like TPK or just like one
No,
death
no,
in?
not the entire group. Just at least one character. Some, yeah, they were totally wiped out.
Here's the
But
thing, man. If your DM's on a hot streak with
yeah,
the Curse of Strahd campaign, it would be easy to do a TPK.
well, yeah. I mean,
Is it
the
really that brutal? I haven't actually
Yeah.
looked into it.
Yeah,
well,
when they have a chance of running into specters at first
oh,
level,
geez, Spectres
or
at first
no, they were
level.
second level at that point. But if they
Still on
drain enough
second
hit
level.
points to take your max down to 0, you die. That's what I
Oh,
did.
oh, really? Is that
Yeah.
They
wow?
have
At
two
second
ways.
level?
They have
hmm
two ways of killing you. One is yeah, is taking your hit points down. The other is strength drain. And
That's true.
if you don't have a very high strength to begin with, if your strength hits 0, you die. So you could only take 2
Huh.
hits, not much damage, and
Yeah.
you'd be
Oh,
dead.
is that an actual mechanic or is it just a mechanic for For a curse.
for that monster.
It's from that monster. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the kind of monster. Okay.
You know, we had a guy in the Prince of the Apocalypse game get drilled by an intellect devourer. He's playing like a dwarf paladin
Ooh, into
with
the
like
router.
maybe an 8 intelligence, and it drained 9, and he died.
Ooh.
It basically sucked his soul out, and he
Sucked
was
out,
like
yeah.
done.
Oh
He was
yeah.
like a living vegetable.
I played in one game, and I was a rogue, and the intellect devourer went for me, but I made my initial save, so so I didn't have to worry about what would have happened. But yeah, it was a scary few seconds there. But I think there was something about it where there might have been some lingering effects after the fact, but I'm not sure.
Hmm. Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. Does Baracus the Mighty, is he anywhere here?
Oh yeah. So let me catch him up on well.
He's so strong, he's walking against the current.
He's so strong.
Yeah.
Well, I think I have a. Wait, do I have another? Do I have another map? Okay, yeah. Well, about yeah. The Dragon's Mom map. So what was the? Hold on. Let me just um review exactly what the adventure hook was. I think um it's been a little bit. Oh yeah, you guys were hired. I think you guys were hired by a wealthy patron, right, to recover some valuables from that were stolen by a dragon named Chlorothra many years ago.
Mhm.
And you guys found yourselves in the Zolmec tribes, and they revealed to you a legend of Jitukotl.
Mhm.
It was a being that defeated the dragon. That yeah, and I think oh, for the life of me, I'm trying to remember bits and pieces. But do you guys remember any? I mean, anything? Oh,
Kind of.
yeah.
But it was it's kind of a one shot. So for me, it
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
blah blah blah. Go there, get this. But
Right.
yeah, the tribe. Let's see. There was yeah, there was a dragon that was doing something, and then there was another dragon, wasn't there? I thought there was two.
No, there was another dragon, but there was another. You know what? I'll just read you guys the background since I mean you probably forget it that by the end of the session anyway. Let's see. All right, so there, the sluggish Dragon River, it winds its way through a trackless, steamy jungle, terminating at the wedge of a shaped cliff. The dragon's maw falls, tumble over the edge in a violent torrent, generating near constant mist as the water coalesces in the pool of the maw before winding its way throughout the lower landscape. From above, the waterfall appears to be the jaws of some great beast, complete with an island isolated somewhat near what the beast's eyes would be. But unknown to most, the falls conceal a large cave system, the perfect location for the lair of the green of something. Oh yeah, no, I better not read that because you guys been knowing too much. Oh, okay, I read the wrong one. Okay, hold on. Okay, there you go. All right, into Dragon's Maw. Let's see. What level were you guys again?
You said 10.
10.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're 10th level.
What level is Baracus?
I think you're the same, no? Baracus? What level were you?
Level 10.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
You know, Chris, I just had a thought. If our other characters ever died and we couldn't get them brought back, these could be backups. You just bump them down a couple levels.
We could, but I don't know. I
I mean,
have a
I hate
hard
to
time
think about
killing
it.
you guys off, but.
What do you mean you killed us all once? TPK.
Still wish I would have thought to catch that vial.
He was just telling me that earlier.
I mean, think about it. If Talash would have caught that vial of purple worm poison and prevented it from doing any damage, instantly, we probably would have won that whole thing pretty handily.
Possibly, yeah.
Probably.
That was some
Probably.
bad stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so here I found it. Okay, so right, so Dragon's Paw is basically it's a what I was saying earlier. Um, let's see. There is the Zolmic tribes. Let's say like 100 years ago, they were forced to worship this dragon, this green worm called Colorthra, and they were doing it for decades. At the same time, the dragon was accumulating a massive hoard from their offerings and bribes. And then one day, several of the tribes they assembled a band of warriors, intent to slaying the beast. Um, and the one that was successful was the warrior named Jutakoto. And he was actually he was known as a blind wise shaman. And he actually first saw the destruction of the dragon 100 years in the future. And let's see, yeah. So he traveled. See, that's the thing that is kind. He prophesied that the dragon would be killed in 100 years, but on the 100th year, he actually went to the dragon's lair to confront the beast by himself. Um, there was no reports of what happened to him. It's assumed that he defeated Chlorothra because Chlorothra all of a sudden disappeared and was no longer raiding villages or we call it asking for offerings or bribes. And after another 100 years, there's been rumors that this green dragon never died; it was still alive, kind of thing. That's the legend behind Chlorothra, and that's basically what you guys would probably know about your research after being hired by this wealthy northern patron to recover some valuables that were stolen supposedly by the dragon years ago. So you guys are just basically doing like a Raiders of the Lost Ark kind of thing. That's what you guys were hired to do.
Mm-hmm.
And your base operations would be with the Zolmic tribes, probably one of their local villages that's close to the Dragon's Maw. And then after traveling in the jungle, after a mile through dense forest, because you guys were like uber extremely like we call it survivalist, didn't have to do no checks or anything like that because I think you guys had some type of
That's
trait.
thanks to a ranger and his natural
Right.
terrain.
Right, your natural terrain.
Not
Yeah.
that I actually have dragons as my chosen enemy, so to track them I have advantage.
But your favorite terrain thing just made it so that we could travel.
Yeah.
Right.
Difficult terrain didn't slow us down.
No.
Um,
Right.
we could move at a fairly good pace.
Right.
He can gather enough food and whatnot from his
Yeah.
natural terrain to feed us.
Up to 5 people, I think.
All right. And let's see. And just to catch up, Baracus more on what's going on. So you guys enter the cave. Let's see. General features. Let's see. Because it's a jungle, it's like Amazon weather. Um, the entrance into the cave. Oh, if I explained it right last time. It's a cave. The cave's under the moss. See, it opens. The cave entrance is behind the waterfall.
Mhm.
So, if you were looking at the map, Steve, you see how it says 600 right here, where I'm pinging at. That's basically the height of the cliff. And they entered where the dotted line is into the actual center of that dragon's maw. So they're 600 feet below that waterfall that fall off of the waterfall. And when they enter through that waterfall, opening, so to speak, it's actually a cave entrance that it's a natural carved by the water. There's some stonework in some areas, and if you look at the map, the map below, so this is what they see inside. So the darkened circles, those are I'm gonna say mites going up, and then the light gray, those are I guess turns from the waterfall above, cascading down into those pools. They're the water pillars basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're the 4 water pillars. Um, Aside from that, this because it's millions of gallons of water that's crashing from 600 feet, so the sound is very deafening. So if you guys are going to talk in here, you guys would have to scream at each other. So it's hard to hear anything. Hence their battle with the green wormlings. They would have heard like splashes of water but they didn't hear them because of the deafening sound. So I forgot how many you guys fought. Like I forgot like how many you guys fought. Like a bunch
8.
of them.
I think it was
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, they fought 8 of them, held them off.
Mm-hmm.
And currently, yeah, they're up 50 feet up from the base from where they started, going up that slope. Which,
Yeah.
I think I might have to. Well, I don't know what you guys are going to do here. But,
I don't know. I think we can kind of see that area over on the other side, and it looks interesting. So that's probably where I would like to go check out.
okay. So,
The anvil, altar, and dome glass thing up there. Glass dome.
right, so let me see. Where can we plug Baracus? Hey, Steve, tell me a little more about Baracus, like, just in general. What is he? I guess his background a little bit. So maybe I could figure out something.
I'm gonna AFK for just a sec and
Okay.
be back. Don't worry, you can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, we'll see. How to kill Lightfoot.
I have absolutely no idea. I can't remember anything about Baraka. It's been so long.
Okay. Well, we'll just say that we'll say that Aldred and Lightfoot they know you. They probably left you a note or something. Maybe you're just coming late to the party, kind of
Catch
thing.
up to us when you can, friend.
Yeah, this is just catching up. So,
Perfect sense.
Or maybe yeah. We'll just say that.
Well,
you're just
Baracus is with 8 wisdom and 10 intelligence. He mostly relies on his companions to do most of his thinking.
Oh
my god, player.
All right.
Damn, I have great
So-
stats with this character.
Wow, he fucking got it.
Yeah, although Baracus does have 20 strength as a barbarian, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm rocking a 20 strength with my ranger too, and an 18 con, man.
What
I thought it
is?
was like,
Yeah, both me and Rindlethor rolled pretty well when we rolled our characters up.
Yeah, not too. I think Rin's lowest stat is a 12.
Oh yeah, you guys rolled awesome on the
Yeah,
stats.
my lowest stat is 11 in my strength. I have 18 dex, 16 con, 12, 12, 20.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I have 2 11s for Rindlethar, but the rest is decent. 16 charisma, 14 con, 13 wisdom, 18 dex.
oh my god, that loss.
Reminds
Eighth
me of how
level,
well I
high
rolled
level.
for Talash. A double 16.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. For one game, I rolled, starting out at level 1, I had 18 dex and 18 charisma.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
and
pretty
so
crazy.
in the first battle, I came out with like 2 daggers and I was taking people down left and right, and the other guys are trying to get one guy down, and they're like it was pretty cool because after the fact they were like, "Holy crap, you guys really good with daggers."
It's cool.
Hey, Steve, is Baraka's armor AC 13? Is that right? Or is it more?
Yeah, it's barbarian unarmored defense.
Okay, so I got it right. All right, so I don't know if
To
can you
add
see
something to that, I think.
Oh, it's on the GM's layer. All right.
Well, what's your con and what's your dex?
There you are. You're right there.
Your con's got to be pretty good, isn't it?
Baraka 615.
Yeah, he's at 106 HP. It's pretty
So
high.
that's 2, and your dex is only 1.
I cancel that.
Hmm.
There's a damage protection still higher than survival.
What's your dex?
Dex is 13.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Strength 20. I forget why I chose charisma for 15.
Yeah.
I don't know either. Well,
Maybe
give me
that was
some-
just a stat bump that you got from being a tiefling.
yeah, I think though they have that naturally
So it probably was 11.
Yeah, they do have a natural.
charisma modifier.
Yeah, so you probably put the 13 in your
Yeah.
dex
Yeah, that's fine.
and 11 in your charisma, and it just bumped it up.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine. You can talk your way out of it. Barbarian, that's charismatic.
Or no, 13. You would have put 13 in both. Okay. No way to get better. So it's int and charisma. Yeah, that's right. Int and charisma are your stat bumps.
Barbarians get to add to their AC. What is that through like their con?
Yeah, but that's why he has a 13 because he has only +2 con +1 dex.
Yeah.
So it's 13.
But I mean, look at his hit points is really high.
His hit points are high, and also when he rages,
And I rolled
he
the
halves.
hit points.
You rolled them?
Yeah,
I
he
rolled them all when I did it, so I rolled really high on the HP.
Yeah.
I just use the standard amount, but I'm pretty high up there with hit points too with the 18 con. Eldred has a total of 104,
Cool.
but is also rocking a 21 AC.
No.
All right.
Let's see. My AC is 18, and I only have 83 natural hit points. But thanks to the battle, I have 15 temporary hit points right now.
Yeah. Yeah. So, if you guys are ready, so we can continue where we left off. We'll say that Baracus, you were making your way to the through the waterfall, and even though the sound was deafening, um, when you're able to make it to earshot, we'll say when you make it to about here, because everything that's this darkened part is all impassable terrain. That's basically what it is. Gray part is the water. The white is the we call it the
Walkable area.
Yeah, walkable area. Yes. Yeah. So when you make it to that point, you more than likely heard a
Didn't
creature.
light off a fireball.
Yeah, you probably heard remnants of a fireball familiar from one of your comrades, and you probably heard a wail or a large screech of a creature, probably succumbing to the said fireball.
And coming around the corner, probably saw some light reflection.
Right. I mean, as you come around the corner, you probably saw, or you could probably see plumes of smoke rising out of the water and parts of the walkway. This is basically the burnt up remnants of the wormlings that your friends have just fought.
Yeah. Most of them would probably be right here. They kind of were coming up the path, and Eldred positioned himself right there to keep them from only being able to get to them like one at a time.
Mm-hmm. And there was a few that just got dropped off over here that were trying to fly over.
Yep.
Yeah, we ended
I
up
was pushing them off
ended
the
up
cliff.
falling back.
Yeah.
We were knocking them back off of there too, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Baracus, get back here.
Right.
Follow the path.
Right. And that's the other thing. The path, when you look at it, it's I believe one of you guys did an Arcana check or something, right? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There was something. I thought it was just kind of glowy, not. It wasn't magic, was it? Or just a residual magic?
Yeah, it was like residual. It was like residual magic. I mean, aside from it being slick, um, it it seemed to be um not okay. So maybe like a better, not as slick as it seemed. It seemed more like when you would walk on it that there was more traction than what I guess like what a rock would be underwater. I mean, not underwater, but
Mm-hmm.
that's been wet and should be slippery and slick. So, but I mean the pool itself, aside from the current that's pushing it, it's only I think I said it was only like 3 or 4 feet or something like that. Like in this area
Yeah,
here.
it wasn't that deep. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when he gets to here, it was a little deeper because that was the reason why they were able to hide in the water because it was like 6 or 7 feet in. So
Mm.
that's what they were waiting. They're waiting in the pool there. Um, and let's see, what else? What else? What else? I guess I could say this. Let's see. So give the description. So it says, with a curtain of water at your back, the slick rocky trail leads to a massive cavern. It's about 100 feet wide. The cavern stretches into darkness. That's what I think too. I don't forgot if you might need some light, Baracus. Oh, well, you're tiefling. You have dark vision, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you
he
have dark?
does.
Yeah, he does. So you'll be able to see all
Vulcans
this.
do.
There is a faint light that can be discerned at the opposite corner of the chamber, likely hundreds of feet away. More flickering illumination emits from above the chamber in the northeast corner of the cave. The ceiling disappears into the darkness as well, likely scores of feet high. Judging from the sound, several pillars of water cascading from the riverbed above, and that's the four pillars of water that you guys see. The chamber is covered with turbid water lapping onto the rock path. The path runs parallel to the waterfall for 40 feet or more before twisting back to the south. The path becomes a ledge along the south wall and then it turns directly north, arching above the water while angling toward the lit corner of the cavern. That's basically where you guys are probably at right now, well, Lightfoot and Eldred. Um, But yeah, and continue on. And you guys just did away with the last of the Green Dragon Whirlings. I don't know if you would have line of. Well, you probably don't see Baracas at the moment.
How
Um.
far away is he?
Oh, he's.
Walking about 200 feet, so maybe 150 feet, considering
Okay.
the loop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Then
these squares are 5 feet, right? I think they're.
That's what the key
Yeah.
says.
Yeah, there are 5 feet. Um. Let's see.
Oh,
Where
let me see
are you?
here.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find where exactly we are. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
yeah.
he's still outside my range. When he gets to about here, I should be able to see him.
All right. So let's
Unless I
just
get closer.
so we have some type of. Ooh, look at that, it's from our last match. I'm just gonna have you guys just roll initiative just so we have some type of turn order. No, I mean, or you guys can just go. No, we'll do that. We'll just do a little initiative. So you got some type of turn order. See it's going what? So you got 13, 15 for Lightfoot.
Heck, I'm kind of leaning towards maybe a short rest.
Bad.
I could talk
Starting it up.
Garrett into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind a short rest.
All right.
Maybe,
So.
yeah.
It's too bad I'm
Head
not
back.
11th level. I
Here's
get a
your-
whole bunch of neat stuff at 11th level.
We'll see if you get there. All right. So, starting with is his name? Is it Baraka? It's not Salar Dimnig, right? No, that's not right. Why is his name?
Baracus the Mighty. I don't know.
Baracus the Mighty Obama.
That's weird. Let me change that. I'll just put Baracus.
With that, I'd say Baracus, like B.A. Baracus.
Oh.
Baracus.
I was
I
wondering if
pity
you
the
were,
fool.
you were going for. Isn't there?
I said about the extended vocabulary anyway, so.
All right, there we go. I think I
Isn't
made
there
the
a
change. There we go.
I don't remember why Celar Demeg was there.
I think that was just the name on the character sheet when I made one for you because it just posts up random names. But okay, it just needed to update the token's name, which kind of weird. It should be linked. Let's see. Right. So, beginning, yeah, with Baracus, you're entering or walking along the path, and the this cave entrance, it suddenly opens up to about 100 feet wide, going towards your, we'll just say the cardinal directions, towards the west, towards the, I guess, towards the rear of this cave. It slowly opens up. Um, it is it is dark, so your vision as it starts to fade out the farther back, the cave goes. So I think you had 120 feet, right?
Dark vision, so whatever that is.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
100.
it's
Is it,
60.
it's 60? Is it 60?
Yeah, everyone's is 60.
Oh,
Yeah,
I thought it was
unless
100.
Dark
unless
vision.
you're playing a drow
Unless you're playing a drow, yeah.
or
Okay.
Mine
Grey
mine
Dwarf.
is 120 because I have devil sight.
Oh, you're the one who has. Oh, right. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
from
that's right. I didn't cast on you, just myself.
Yes.
So I mean, you would probably, if you were standing like right over here, you'd probably be able to see. Well, let's see. Yeah, you'd probably be able to see him, but he won't be able to see you, given his 60 feet. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 4, 5.
Actually,
Oh
it
no,
would
he
probably.
actually can. He can see you. He can. 60 feet is actually enough. It's only 5 feet, right? No, no, wait.
No,
No.
well,
Yeah,
he's at
about
110
halfway.
from there,
110. Yeah, so he wouldn't be able to see where you guys are at. But
130 from there, from us.
mhm,
He's almost 150, 160.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
By
so
walking, it's about a 200 or so.
Oh yeah, it's a longer path that way.
right. So yeah, okay. So Marcus, go ahead and if you are coming into this cavern, just go ahead and move your token where you're gonna be at, and we'll start from there. Let's see.
Are we over here having some short rest talking about our fight?
Yeah, so I'll retcon the last of it where he just came in not when you guys just finished the battle, but probably we'll say like 20 to half an hour after the battle was done. So
Okay.
you guys are already like half an hour into it. So we'll just say by the time he reaches you guys, or probably by the time the hour would be over. We'll say 45 minutes in, so it's just 15 minutes out. So all right. So when you get to that point, Baracus, let's see. Ooh. Okay, no, that's not part of it. I will need you to give me a dexterity check. You can use your acrobatics if you're proficient in it.
Nope.
Well, I mean, you
Oh,
can still roll acrobatics. It's the same thing as a
it's the
dexterity.
same thing. Just yeah, you can just add your
So roll acrobatic.
roll
You can roll
um
acrobatics or dexterity. It's a check or
dexterity.
a save.
Yeah, it's a check.
It's a check.
It's a
Okay.
check.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You roll acrobatics. If you're not proficient, then it'll be just a
No,
save.
just
Roll
dexterity.
dex.
Yeah, just dex then, because I'm not proficient. I'm proficient in athletics, but not
Yeah. But
acrobatics.
the point being that if you're not proficient, it's not checked, and therefore it's the same thing. So when if you
Yeah.
ask for acrobatics, you just click acrobatics and boom.
hmm hmm Right. So, as you're walking along that path, you you're being cautious because I mean because it's wet, slick. I mean the waterfall of current is actually it's actually washing over the path, and I mean you're being cautious as to not to slip off. And there were moments when you thought you might have fallen in, but it's almost as you're stepping on this path, and you guys felt this too prior to the battle with the green wormlings, is every time you step on the path, it feels like uh, as if your treads are magnetically attached to this path. So
Okay.
that's the residual magic that you're feeling. So the stone path is partially natural, but it seems to be refined with some type of magic or arcanic. Um, yeah,
Some form of arcana has influenced the path.
right, exactly. And then you discern that it's to make your footing more stable as you walk over the I guess the currents of the waterfall and not to be swept into it. Because if you are, I mean, when you look behind you, you can see the drop off is it's 600 feet down, crashing into the waves below.
One of those, hope you know how to swim.
But um, when you make it to that point, go ahead and give me a perception check. This is as you're trying to probably look for your comrades, or trying to see where or how far into the
Far
cavern.
away, but
Right. I mean, currently because of the darkness, it's just overcoming your vision at the moment. Your eyes are still slightly adjusting as you're progressing towards it. You do not see um, your comrades at the moment. You do see another stone path, which is basically this over here, but past that, your vision starts to dim out. You might see something sparkling.
no, I don't even see that path yet.
Oh, I don't see that path yet. All right, so
Made
yeah,
it this far.
right. But we'll say that in further back, you do see something. You're not sure if it's the stones or the minerals along the cavern walls, but there seems to be an area that's sparkling or shining. Um, to the two below, you guys seen this too, but you definitely know it's not part of the cavern walls or anything. But from his view, he cannot tell. And that's this general area right here that's giving off that sparkle or shine. And with that, we'll move on to Garrett the Lightfoot. You guys are just finishing up your short rest after battling those 6 wormlings,
Okay.
or 8 wormlings.
Um, yeah. Pretty tough type fight there, huh?
Is that you?
Mr. Aldred.
Oh, he said he was AFK, wasn't he?
Oh, I
Is he
didn't.
still AFK?
I was reading
Yeah.
some stuff. Anyway, okay. Well, then I guess I'm going to see here.
Yeah, so we'll just say while he's still taking the remainder of the rest.
I'm gonna go there and kind of be looking around the corners and stuff,
Okay.
just checking out to see if anything might be coming out of there.
You can go ahead and give me give me a perception check or investigation, whichever is higher for you, as you're keeping a lookout, trying to see if there's something coming down this, as I said, slope or this pathway.
16.
Right. I mean, even with your dark vision, you can only see as as far as to here before your line
I
of
know.
sight gets cut off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Any
any,
footprints that I might recognize or any?
I mean, when you look at it, I mean, it's mostly stones, stone. Not I mean stone work, but it's mostly a stone floor that naturally carved out of this waterfall. I mean, there are some dirt, and maybe some mud patches, so to speak, in the corners of that little pathway that you're looking at, but you do not see any footprints or tracks or any type of like creature that's traveled through this little pathway. And I mean, I'll go as far as to say, I mean, you probably also, keeping an ear out, trying to hear, but I mean, aside from the deafening sound of the waterfall, it doesn't seem to be anything on the other side that you can
Uh-huh.
perceive to be there.
Yeah, I know it's a tight spot. It's
Yeah.
but I'm just looking, don't want anything to sneak
Right.
up.
I mean, if anything, you definitely feel like a downward breeze, but that's just probably because of the current that's traveling in that direction, bringing
Okay.
that. So you probably feel like or there might even be like a very, very light mist that's not a mist, like a little spray, from like the ocean kind of thing. It's just like a light mist coming from that. It's probably coming from
Uh,
the water from higher above that. But you do notice that pathway is starting to become a steep incline.
okay. Okay. Yeah. Just looking around.
Well, he is still AFK. We'll just go ahead and so. Oh, is he back? Are you back? No. Okay.
Who?
Oh, you. Or you're always there.
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, snaps. Okay. It is now your turn. Right.
That was somebody else that went AFK, man. I've been here.
Oh, I thought you went. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it's now your turn. As you just saw Lightfoot look up
Mm-hmm.
the pathway to the
Yeah.
north.
Aldred did a lot of physical activity in that fight, so he's
Mhm.
gonna take a little bit of rest. But I'll move like right up here and just be
Yeah.
sitting
This
on
is
the floor.
the end of the rest.
Yeah, this
You
is at the
already
end of
took it.
this. Yeah, so you
So
already
whatever
took
you
it.
do on your
Oh,
rest.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
I'll
anything you
watch
get
his
back.
back and keep an eye out over the cavern. Like I have a feeling that dragon could be hiding anywhere in there,
Mhm.
and It sounds like it might be big. It's unlikely to be in this narrow passage, so I'm
No,
just kind of
no.
keeping an eye out.
I just don't want some creepy crawly thing to come up out of here and get at us.
You see a
Hmm.
little rust monster come out now. Oh,
Uh,
don't forget to roll for if you want to take any of your hit dice to recover some hit points during that. I think you might need some because your bar seems to be not that full. Cool. Yeah. Alrighty.
yeah, and you got at 10th level, you got some to spare.
Mhm. How much were you down? Were you down pretty bad?
I was down like 30 for max.
Oh, okay. Well, almost looks like you're maxed
Yeah, he
out
has
again.
over
It's
100.
28
Yeah,
back.
Mhm.
he's over 100, and
So,
he's lost almost a third of his bar. So yeah,
hmm
sorry, I don't have any healing abilities except for myself.
So could you enter that value into the I guess the bubble, or do I need to do that for you?
no, I got it.
Okay, cool. So it's just 20.
Let's
Hey,
be, yeah, almost all the way up to full, and I still have 6 hit dice left. So,
all right. So rising up from recovering from the light scratch,
yeah.
well, not light scratch, but from the wounds
But
that you suffered from the green ones. You said
yeah,
you're coming over to where?
I'm just gonna camp here so I can sort of see up into this little cavern just a little ways. Um, my sword's out because that's generally
Directions.
how Aldred walks around. He gets that additional plus to his AC when he's got a weapon in each hand, and he
Ah.
prefers fighting hand to hand over using a bow. He has one, and he uses it now and again, but hand to hand is what he much prefers. You know, he came up being a stonemason. He's got like incredibly strong grip, and he's good with his hands, and that's how he fights. So I'll be watching the back of Garrett, and but mainly the cavern out here, worried that the dragon could appear in any moment.
Okay. So you're also looking in that direction.
Yeah, kind of out here, and then glancing over toward Garrett every now and then just to make sure he's okay.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a perception check as you're looking around.
I almost clicked on my macro bar at the bottom. It would have given Rind's stuff.
Ah.
There we go.
Ooh, very, very nice. So I mean, you look in the general direction that Lightfoot was looking at. Bobby discovered the same, came about the same discoveries that he saw in that. along that pathway. But what you do notice also, to the north, I mean, it is conveniently labeled, but where the shine and the sparkling seems to come from, and you you do have dark vision, right? Or
Yeah, use
Yeah,
a
yeah.
spell. Gives me 60 foot.
oh, that's right. Okay, so I think you still, yeah, you should still be within the
Talking
range.
about this here.
Yeah, talking about that there. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. See this. Yeah. So, as you're looking at it, the sparkle it it does you take an interest in looking that way, and at first your eyes start to slightly adjust, and you slowly come to realization that you're not just looking at what you thought were mineral stones, probably on a stalagmite that's popping out of the water, but you're actually
Mhm.
looking at what what you figure out to be about 12-foot high pile of bleached bones. Um, from your view, you may be able to see a femur, probably part of a rib cage, a spinal cord, a couple of vertebrae here and there. That most of the bones are humanoid. Several of them are beasts that are also part of the pile as well. You 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 draw a conclusion that these green wormlings, this is basically the bone pile that they've made after eating whatever creatures and unfortunate souls that came into the cave.
Mhm.
Um, but you squint your eyes slightly to see why is there's like sparkles and like the minerals are shining, and you're trying to figure out if it's actually just the water, the reflection of the
Mhm.
water maybe from being on the bones and stuff like that. But after let's say after a minute, you're able to see that there's actually remnants of like not not treasure, but probably what's left over from these piles of bones. Like I mean, it's not just a pile of bones. I mean, there's bones, but there's also like garments or like clothing that was worn by the victims and stuff like that. Like you see like a shiny belt buckle there. You might see like a jewel that seems to sparkle at a certain angle. You just probably thinking that must be like maybe a medallion or an amulet or maybe even an
Mhm.
earring that was
Sorry, I was
that
saying
accompanied one of these bones. So
Odd bits, maybe.
yeah, then exactly. There's odd bits. So you do think that there might be some valuables or lootables
Mhm.
in that pile.
Well, if he can hear me, I know the waterfall's not far, but I would yell over to Lightfoot, "Hey, it looks like there's some treasure in that pile of bones. If you're interested."
Always. uh, let me go take a walk.
All right.
yeah, we kind of
When do I get
Don't
to act again?
don't go too far.
Um, in a second, we'll do Baraka's turn real quick, and
Okay,
then yeah,
I'm still here.
all right. So after he says that, go ahead, Brock. It's now back to you. Now, was there anything else that you wanted to
pretty hard about.
do or investigate or anything like that? I know you just moved up to that spot. You still have some movement left if you wanted to move, I believe.
Me?
No,
Oh,
Aldred.
No, that's
okay.
good enough for me. I'm not gonna go right up to the edge or anything.
Okay,
I know it's
so
water below, but that is a 50-foot fall.
that is a 50-foot fall, and it's only like 6 feet of water. So I don't know
Oh,
if that will
you hit
actually
bottom and
break
get
your
hurt.
fall. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
depending on, I would think you would need to succeed on some sort of dex check to see
Right.
how you hit the water. If you don't succeed, you hit it like it's concrete.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
But
could hit feet first with your knees bent and use it to kind of slow you maybe you would only take half damage.
Well, yeah, you'd have to try to get your body to go at an angle so that you slide through the water and
Hmm.
then you scrape against the ground rather than hitting 6 feet would be enough. There are high divers that can dive into shallow pools of water, but it's
Hmm.
very, very dangerous and very difficult.
I
All right.
would imagine. I would never ever try. But
No, there's a lot
neither.
of stupid people out there.
I've seen people jump off of of a third floor walkway at a Motel 6 into the pool.
Yeah.
oh, that's just crazy. That's just
Yeah.
They're being retards and drunk. So
oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
But
I know
Baracas,
that's why they were just being. It just wasn't a good idea, but they did it anyway.
but yeah, going back to you, Baracas. You feel free to jump into the pool if you'd like.
Now, just back to the steady march.
Okay. So we're abouts. I mean, again, you could step into the water. It's from let me get the ruler. From here to here, it's about 3 to 4 feet deep. But after here, that's when it starts to get deeper. This is where we said it was like 6 to 8 feet deep. This is where the
Wouldn't matter. The current is likely strong enough to be pushing, and that would be uh, above waist high.
mm-hmm.
Don't
True.
fall into the trope of writers have no sense of scale.
So okay, so you moved to about that direction. You're pretty sure footed that there is some type of residual magic or arcana on these stone steps. As each time you make a step, it feels like there's a magnetic attraction from your foot to the path. Um, when you get to that point, let's see, how far is your vision now?
60.
All right, cool. So go ahead, give me another per. Well, I'm not going to say that. You see the same thing that Aldrin is able to see from your angle. Bones and some sparkling. Well, maybe not the jewels, but there's some sparkling, shiny things in that area. Let me check something. You said yours was 120 feet.
Yeah. I got a wall in front of me right now, but
Oh, okay. So yeah,
but where I am technically in relation to the wall, I can look over my shoulder and I can see.
probably that.
I can see Baracus right now. Well, I might have a difficulty seeing him with the
Well,
stalagmite and stuff, but
Well, say if at this point you do see somebody coming up the path and you're not sure who it is, but you know
mhm.
it's relatively a large. He is. Well, is he tall? Is he? Oh,
5'10"
5'10". Okay,
and 250 pounds is a slab of muscle.
right. So you see a creature approaching on the path, and there is you think it might be another green wormling because there seems to be a tail following this creature.
Well, are the wormlings quadruped?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
bipedal. I
Mm-hmm.
Very big
think
difference,
it's
yeah.
wormling walking on hind legs. It is mist-filled parts of this chamber.
Yeah.
But you do see someone steadily approaching. Aside from that, Baracus, you do see the pillars of water cascading down. Um, it the torrent coming from that is very strong, so you do have a sense that being caught it's a spot that you don't want to get caught in. Um, aside from the bone pile, yeah, that's as far as you see. You could double move if you want, so you just get closer.
Oh my god, even with survival.
Might as well.
Yeah. You don't want to jump into the pool? Oh, okay.
Splish splash, I was taking that.
Ah! Right, and then back to Mr. Lightfoot.
Okay. Well, since Aldred pointed out that, and the bone pile, I'm going to travel in this direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'll probably get to about there, and I do see the creature coming down and I should be able to see him clear as day at this
Yeah,
point.
you definitely recognize the humanoid that's coming up as one of your party members, Baracus.
Okay. Then I'll wave. Uh, I'll
You
wave to him.
wave.
Hey.
I don't know if you can see you.
Yeah, over 6 feet, you can't see.
No.
If it's pitch black.
Right.
And then I'll turn back to Aldred and I say, "Hey, it's Baracus. He's coming. He missed all the fun."
That just sounded so fruity for a second there.
I was about to say you facepalm because you just realized that he can't see you, but you can see him. After you wave, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
Stark
And
already saw
then
that.
let me see here. Where is that? I am just going to. I just want to know if I can do it. Okay. Yeah. Then I just lift 20 feet off the ground.
Ooh. Exactly. You're 20 feet off the ground right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are you just trying to float down? Is that what it is?
I'm just lifting myself up. Yeah. For right now, preparing myself to move
But that
out.
gets him out of reach.
Right.
To move out over the cliff edge. I'm checking out over there.
You can. Did you want to go ahead and move? Because I mean, you still have movement left.
I don't really have that much movement left.
Oh, because yeah, you moved 20 feet up and do that. Okay. All right. So then move on.
Well, I
moving on
suppose
to,
I could move out rather than up.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
But unless you did want to move up, that's okay.
Yeah. I'll just
Right.
15.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
It's not flying. It's not flying.
It's like
Yeah,
levitating.
he's drifting.
I'm drifting slowly.
Yeah.
I'd kind of lose track of him a little bit at that point, but I knew where he was, and he didn't look like he was in danger. So
Right.
I'm more focused around the area of the bone pile, and I'm trying to get a better look at that.
Looks like the waterfall's 120 feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's 120 from the water, right? So
From the
50, it's only the 70 feet.
Oh yeah,
from where
70 feet above where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the first path slopes 50, the other one slopes another 70. That adds up to about
120
total. Yeah.
Yeah. So that section right there, it starts that cliff is 120 up.
Yeah.
So if you were standing there, you'd be 120 up looking down.
Yeah.
So he's
I'm still
around
50 feet
high.
from the water. Yeah, I'm about 50 feet off the water. And I'm scanning also these. You said these were stalagmites, so they're actually on the ground.
Oh, these are the black and the shaded
Yeah, the
ones.
blackened ones. Yeah.
Yeah, those are stalagmites.
I thought they were columns that were connected.
No, they're actually stalagmites. They're reaching
towards the ceiling, but the ceiling is way
yeah.
up there.
It's way up there. Yeah. So these things are pretty high up.
Yeah.
Or I mean, probably one of maybe 3 out of the 4 is actually connected, but one of these maybe broken off.
I'm gonna just for flavor.
Mm-hmm.
These here are water columns coming down. I'm just gonna get close enough to get my hand wet and kind of wipe off some of the gore and whatever that was on there previously from the fight.
and I mean, if I don't know if you've ever done that before, where there's there is a strong torrent of water column.
I'm not going in the column. I'm getting my
hand
with the mist. Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. Because I mean, even just sticking your hand, you could feel the weight of the water.
Yeah.
The strength of the water. You're like, whoa, this is really strong water.
I felt a waterfall before. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You're like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting close enough so that my hand is clearly wet, and then I'm wiping myself off, and then I'm moving away from it.
Right. I mean, just for like you said, just added flavor as you stick your hand in there. It kind of takes you a little bit off balance. You're like, whoa, okay, can't get too close.
Yeah.
Washing my hands.
Yeah. It's just kind of to show that I'm like an old hat at this, and I don't care. But I am while I'm doing that kind of just as kind of a show, just like, hey, look, I can levitate, and I fighting dragons doesn't scare me a bit. I'm also scanning around pretty thoroughly. I'm looking up the waterfall at the bones. Do I see anything better from this point than previously, or Is it still just bones with potential?
No, as you're getting closer to the bone pile, you start to discern actual the individual. I mean, you were able to see like a buck or something, but now you're actually able to see more into the pile.
Mhm.
There are some jewels. There is
Okay.
a yellow topaz that you probably estimated from your past adventures. It could probably wreak a healthy bounty.
Okay.
Probably around 300 to 400 gold pieces. It's a
Uh,
pretty prominent piece of jewel that's embedded into this bone pile. Aside from there, you find um, what seems to be, I don't know if it's a weapon, so to speak, but you definitely see that there's fletching on it, and it
okay.
seems to be in three parts.
Okay.
Um, um, other than that, you just see we'll just call it treasure, intermixed into this bone pile. And as the closer you're getting, and eventually you're probably going to end up really, really close to it, you start to find more and more valuables or lootables within this pile
Okay. Yeah.
as you're steadily approaching that
Okay.
area.
But I'm not seeing any other weird movements in other directions as well, am I?
You can go ahead and give me a perception check as you're keeping an eye out.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to get a good vantage point to also see what's on the other side of the stalagmites,
Hmm.
so that if anything's hiding back there, they're not. I'll get a good eye before they get a chance to do anything.
Right.
Perception. That's pretty good.
Oh, definitely, definitely good. Towards the rear of the cavern, again, conveniently labeled, you see what seems to be remnants of some stonework.
Okay.
Recognizably, what seems to be the shape of an anvil and some type of makeshift altar
Okay.
towards it. And there is a slight reflection. You're not sure if it's another torrent of water, but towards one of the corners, which is basically that. I mean,
Yeah.
again, the fact I haven't been able to get prepared this, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you see towards the rear.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just before my turn ends, I'm gonna uh again. How close? We're not that far apart. Yeah. Um, I'm gonna look over my shoulder at Aldred and say, "It looks pretty good over here. There's a lot of stuff."
Maybe closer looks in order.
I'm certainly going.
Right. So then with that, we'll move on to Aldred's turn.
I probably don't have enough vision to see this fella coming over the path, right?
You're also
It's only
60, right?
60 feet.
No,
Yeah.
you don't see him. Your vision
All right.
fades at that moment.
So I'll just move a little bit closer, just so I can keep an eye out on Lightfoot, and you know, just keep an eye out, I guess.
Okay. I mean, you see Lightfoot. He washes his hands. I mean, maybe just for flavor's sake, he might have circled around the turn just for a second, or maybe was covered by a mist that's flowing from it, and you see him reappear again. Kind of you kind of like took a stance when you saw him disappear, like, oh, and you see him go, okay, everything seems to be fine. You can go ahead and give me also a perception check just as you're approaching the cliff.
Pretty good again.
Yay.
Right. I mean, uh, just from what you've seen so far, that's basically it's more or less the same. But yeah, as you approach, again the treasure trove in the bone pile becomes more prominent.
Hmm. Hey, Chris, I would yell at him, "Hey, you see any good weapons there that can be wielded in one hand? Grab it for me."
Right.
If I can, sure.
All right. And then with that, we'll move back up to Baracus.
I think he's muted.
Oh, are you
Nope.
muted?
He's thinking.
Oh,
He's
he's thinking.
He thinks.
Yes.
Even with a character with a low intelligence.
Right.
But that's about it. Doop 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 doop.
Okay.
It was
So,
definitely
well, let me
well.
just back you
Have
up just
beer, well travel.
right. Let me just back you up slightly. When you reached about this point here, that's the point when you see you catch wind of your friend Lightfoot, and he's you said slightly floating off the off this 50-foot ledge, because as you see the slope starts to an incline starts to go up. Um, you see him not jump off, but step off the cliff, and you see him wash his hands. He does his whole action. From that point, did you still want to continue to where your path ended, or did you want to take another route? Oh, do you actually see your other friend too? I think. And you also see your other comrade too,
Yeah.
or looking over in Lifeless direction.
Well, Baracus is not in a rush, so mostly kind of staring at Lightfoot for floating through the air. Like, why is he floating?
Well, if we've been together for any length of time previous to this, you would have seen me do this before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And as Lightfoot goes in that northern direction, I mean, your gaze goes from him, and of course goes back to the bone pile, which is becoming more clear to you, and you have a sense that he probably is heading in that direction. Yeah, you can see it from there.
Lightfoot is a halfling.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, just for flavor, Baracus is thinking in his head he needs to tie a rock to the halfling again, floating away.
Right. So let's just say for time's sake, because getting a little bogged down. Where would you guys like to end up? I mean, eventually.
I'm gonna float over and actually land on anything that's not under the water here on the bone pile and start looking through it.
Okay. Okay. So we say you're gonna land there. Aldred, where will you be?
Well, I'm assuming that Baraka sees me before I see him, but eventually I'm going to see him coming down the path.
Mm-hmm.
So I would head back down here and hold up a hand, like transferring my one sword to my other hand. So I'm holding both in one hand, and I'll raise my hand like in a greeting, palm
Mm-hmm.
out, call to him, probably loudly, because with the twin waterfalls, it's hard for him to hear, and be like, I was wondering when you would arrive, friend. Come on. We're seeking a worm and have yet to see sign of it. I'm thinking about maybe heading along this passage.
Okay. Right. So just go ahead. Just show me where would you end up? Like
Uh,
how far down the passage would you go before
Probably
you
like
like
to
take
here,
a Okay. So
as long
just go
as I'm
ahead
not
with
gonna fall off.
right. I'll let you know if you can take a check it. But yeah. Okay. So you end up there. Baracus. I mean, where would you? I guess after seeing Aldred and giving salutations, and where would you end up? Where would you be going? Okay.
Pretty much right next to him.
All right. Okay. So with all three of you there in the general vicinity, go ahead and give me each of you a perception check, just so that you guys are being aware of your surroundings and stuff like that.
Well, we're not.
I'm digging through a pile of stuff.
Which makes sense. Your attention is solely diverted to this bone pile because as you land, the treasure trove, your eyes like widen because you realize there is not just bone piles here, but it is a significant amount of treasures and valuables and lootables. From what you can see, and what you can estimate, it's gonna take about 10 to 15 man hours to go through this pile and retrieve as much of
Damn.
the valuables out of this. Um, but from what you can see, or what you can probably estimate, and I'll just give you guys the numbers. You know what? I'll put it here. So leave that in suspense. So as you're digging through the pile, you're like, oh wait, this could be worth this much, and this could be worth this much, and this could be worth this much.
Yeah.
So
At this point, well,
Detect
yeah.
magic and get the choice bits.
Well, I can't. I don't think I have that. Let me see. No. Oh, I don't think I have detect magic.
You can do it as a ritual, though, right?
No, because warlocks don't actually have detect magic as a normal
Oh,
spell,
I see what you're saying.
and also they don't have ritual casting.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never
really?
played one, so.
You have to
Yeah.
take some very special stuff. You have to take the tome. Actually,
Pact of the Tome or
I
whatever.
do
Yeah.
have Pact of the Tome, but I don't have the ritual casting thing though. So I don't have the rituals.
Oh.
But
Mhm.
yeah, in these cases it probably would be good because there's all kinds of fun things like Tensor's Disc for basically is the only reason to have Tensor's Disc is to collect treasure.
Carry shit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what you can also use that for? Because it's a concave disc, you can fill it with oil
Oh.
and then have that light up and just move it over and dump it on someone.
You can also use it, can't you, to like float yourself? I mean, it
Yeah,
doesn't move
yeah.
very far or very fast.
No, and I think it stays, you know, like not too high above the ground. I don't think you
Yeah.
can take it any higher than 10 feet, but
But yeah.
it's high enough to dump flaming oil on someone.
Or
Did
take
you
a
guys have
peek on
any?
their head and laugh, haha.
You guys have any like magical items or
Yeah.
anything like that? Or like
You
a
gave us
Yeah.
one, three. We actually gave us three.
Yeah, I have a
Nice.
cloak of protection and 2 swords. One's a +2 short sword, and I have a +1 silvered longsword.
I have a ring of protection and a cloak of
Mhm.
protection and a rod, a pact wielder's rod. So it ups my spell save DC and my attacks with spells.
Nice.
What about Brockus? Brockus, did you have any? Did you? I'm not sure if you had any magical items or anything like that.
Not that I know of.
Well, then there you go. You allow three. Was it three? Was it three like common magical items? It wasn't
Yeah.
anything like yeah.
No, yeah, with a weapon
One,
it could be up to level a +2
A
to
plus two,
a
yeah.
+2. Yeah.
And we could just like I guess you could just do that later, unless you
You could just add a +2 whatever main weapon you have.
weapon you
and
have.
then-
Yeah.
Great axe.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say you have a great axe, probably some type of family heirloom that has a +2.
here's
or maybe
something else
that you
he
sure.
might have. He might have bracers of defense, being that he doesn't wear armor. That would add
Yeah.
2 to his AC.
There
Okay,
you
yeah.
go. There you go.
Would you like to
He's
have that
10th
on your
level.
character? That's true.
Yeah, brace
So
of defense.
that's armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
bracer
it's
defense.
As long as
specifically-
you're not wearing armor.
Yeah, it says specifically that you can't be wearing armor in order to use the defense. Yeah.
Oh, then there you go. Yeah. So
What
you
was the name of it?
Bracers
Bracers
of
of
defense.
defense.
So we say that you have that on your person, so that
So-
ups your AC.
And that
Yeah,
base
both of-
is what? Base AC is what?
It goes
Oh,
up to
12.
well,
Basically, it's +2.
it's a bonus of 2. It's a bonus of 2. So whatever your AC is currently, just add 2 to it. It's one of those untyped bonuses, so if you had another thing like a cloak or something like that that bumped your AC, you could still use it.
Mm-hmm.
So you could get like we could all be rocking rings of protection, and then your AC bumps up another 1, and you'd have a 16 AC.
Yep, he definitely can do that.
We got them on a special deal, 3 for no, buy 2 get the third one free.
Okay, so I have a great axe +2, and bracers of defense for a bonus of 2 extra AC.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you could have what you want. I mean, that's just, you know.
If I try to
Just-
get any more complicated, we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so
That's straightforward, and, well, it suits him quite well, because really he just wants beer and fighting.
right. So like I said,
Work with extra height.
it'll take 10 to 15 man hours if you guys are gonna like completely take all this treasure trove. I mean, you guys can definitely do that. I mean, it'll just
Yeah,
say
no.
we'll just speed up the time and then. But this is what you guys found in that bone pile. This is what you guys would find in that bone pile. So if there's certain things that you guys want to take, we'll say that you have enough time to take one of the items. I mean, of course, like the 1,200 silver and gold pieces.
Yeah.
That's something.
Well,
like,
yeah, I wouldn't be picking up silver at this point, but
But like yeah, like there is the gold idol of a bat. Basically, you guys can pick up one item. There's the middle shield with the
what's the back
mirror like
one? Is that right from the book, DMG?
the gold idol of a bat
Yeah.
of a bat god. I don't know. It's what's from this
Oh,
from
okay.
this module here. Yeah, this is
Oh,
all this
it's
treasures
just
from
an
her.
art item worth 225.
It might be our item. It might not be.
Oh, okay.
There's a again like I said, the +1 metal shield with a mirror-like interior. There is a oversized bone scroll, which is currently, as if you were to pick it up and shake it, you definitely can feel or hear something jiggling inside, not jiggling inside, but something shifting inside. On the yellow topaz that you saw earlier, which is a pretty significant jewel. There's a silver belt buckle, and the uh, the the rod that you saw that had fletchings on it. You now realize it's a threefold arrow.
Okay. Okay. I would call out what I see, and anyone want anything here?
Well, there's
I
no other weapons aside from the arrow. It sounded like.
yeah, no.
I'll
I mean,
go
I
for
don't
the
think
arrow.
anyone here uses a shield,
No,
but
I use twin swords.
easy things to pick up. I think for me would be the silver necklace set with obsidian. I'd probably pick up the gold bat. How big is it? Just so I know.
It's a pretty significant idol. I would say it's probably 6 to 7 inches, probably.
Oh, okay.
To say just like 3 to 2 inch. Oh, we'll say 3 inches wide. I mean, it's just a bat that's like it'll just say it's set on some type of make a pedestal. It has
Wings
its
outstretched or wings folded
no, you tell me.
in? Well, an outstretched one would be difficult to carry around, so
The scroll tube though might have something you could use.
possibly.
The shield sounds cool too. I mean, it might be something that has a special power too. Keep
Yeah,
that in mind.
that's true. So I don't know. I'm sure. Let's take. I mean, I'm mainly consider. It's not going to take too long to get there. Or are you saying that we have to dig through to find some of these things?
Well, I mean, for narrative's sake, yeah, for flavor, you would dig through. I mean, if you guys want to spend the time, that's fine. I mean,
Well, I'm saying like if my sole focus at this point was just to like move things out of the way and grab larger items.
oh, you could do that. Yeah, you could do that right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
why I
if I
say like
Just a few choice items.
so
Okay.
if I grab the silver necklace, the gold idol, the shield, the oversized bone scroll, and um
Well, yeah, I mean,
the
you can
threefold arrow, just grab those things and
right. You could pick up all those items. It's just the 1,200 silver pieces and the 228 gold. That's just the general lootables that you see that are pretty mundane stuff. But that's how much they will be worth if you were
Okay.
going to take it. But the stuff that actually that I gave descriptions to, yeah, you could definitely like rummage around to get that specific stuff, that
Yeah.
specific thing.
Yeah, I'll just grab those things, bring them
Mm-hmm.
over here, and let whoever take whatever they want. But
Yeah, I'll handle the shield at least, see if I can tell what, or if anything, it does.
sure.
Um,
Good for Gorgons.
s-
Good for Gorgons.
Yeah,
Or
that's
Medusa,
true.
maybe. Reflect
That's a
their own
Gorgon.
gaze back at
That's a
them.
Gorgon. Same thing.
See what you look like? This is why we don't like you.
Yeah, now turn yourself to stone, bitch.
Right. Well, we can start with that with the metal shield. It is like I said, it's a +1, has a mirror-like interior. Um, I mean, you probably after some buffing and I mean, there are some scratches and scrapes on it. I mean, given the fact that it was sitting under a pile of bones, but I mean, after you probably rinse it out and buff it with probably your sleeve or something, you're able to um, get some spots to give a clear enough reflection where it's usable. Um, the is anybody taking the? Let's see. Somebody took the gold idol bat.
You know, I'm kind of into that darker stuff, so yeah. I probably take that and see what it does. If it
Go
does
ahead.
anything or if it's just nifty.
Right. Go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
Right.
Here we
Either
are.
either Arcana check or an investigation check as you're like probably turning it over and looking aside for any type of descriptions and.
Got a 14 Arcana.
Has a sticker on the bottom, made in China.
Yeah.
It says made by the Zolkic tribe. You definitely see some which probably is like some type of signature. We'll say that at the base at the bottom, and it seems to be a symbol that you've probably seen around the village of the Solmex.
Okay.
So you know that this idol probably belongs to one of the tribes. As regards to any type of magical entity about this object, you do not feel anything emanate from it. But when your Arcana does go off, you feel the residual magic coming from the stone path, and also you feel a prominent, I would say prominent force coming from the northern direction, in the direction where the anvil and the altar is. Did somebody take the bone scroll and the what was it, the arrow?
Yeah, I mean they're here. I don't know if someone else was looking at them, but
Yeah, we'll just say whoever's looking at, just go ahead and give me whatever check that you're going to do. So, who's looking at the bone scroll?
You said that the scroll actually had a sound. Like if I opened it up, that there would.
Yeah,
are
I
you
mean,
saying that it's like a scroll tube that might have a scroll in it, or that it's
right. Yeah, it's an oversized bone scroll tube.
Okay.
Okay. And this is after you. We'll just say that you guys spent like a good 1 or 2 hours rummaging through the bone pile, and this is you were able to actually find it among the bone pile, given that it is a bone tube. But yeah, and when just like naturally, what you would do when you guys don't, you would shake it a little bit. You discern, okay, yeah. That's for the.
Yeah, I was looking at the bone thing, just the case. Did I get anything off of the case itself? I haven't popped it open yet.
No, you have not popped it open yet. I mean, even with your last Arcana, when you were, I guess, checking it out or trying to feel for it, what? I'll put these in words. Hold on, just give me a second. What you know that you would be able to feel, for some reason, the bone tube is blocking that. I guess.
Oh, okay.
Inspection or perception. So it's giving you an idea that there might be something powerful in this if it's shielding your Arcana check from it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I would then pop the tube and see what's inside.
Okay. We'll come back to you in a second with that. Renothor, but Eldred, as you're checking out the 3-piece arrow, Um, just go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Just a straight dexterity check.
Hang on. Here we go. Pretty low.
Hmm. Right. So, I mean, this arrow, it has a thick brown shaft with blue and green feathers on it. As you're trying to reassemble, it's taking you a little bit time to you haven't been able to successfully reassemble it, but you do know that if you spend some time with it, you'll be able to put it back together. And given your knowledge of, well, do you have any knowledge of proficiency with like bow and arrow or anything like that?
I definitely have the skill with a weapon. I carry a longbow
Okay.
that I don't use very often. It's more like for hunting, and
Right.
if I can't get into sword range, and I use that.
Right. Right. Well, you have a good enough skill to know that the shaft. That's why you're probably having a hard time reassembling it, because you know that if you get it reassembled back, like a better words, reassembled that probably when this thing is shot, its arrowheads seems to be, or it will probably split into different three different shafts. Um, and that's the other thing too.
Gonna all hit?
Yeah, and you also notice that the arrowheads, they're actually black metal heads.
Oh man,
Um,
like adamantine maybe?
Very, very good guess. Mechanical wise, this would give you a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. Also, Lightfoot, when your Arcana went off,
Mhm.
as Aldred is holding this arrow, you also feel the residual magic energy coming from that arrow.
Okay.
So, I mean, after you guys spend some time with this stuff, you guys will probably, tell each other this. But if when this arrow is launched, you probably know that it'll probably split into 3 separate arrows that will target the same creature, but you would make a separate attack roll for each arrow.
Hmm.
But once the arrow splits, it loses its enchantment. So yeah, it's a
Remember
So
three.
me?
it's
It's a 3-1.
reassembled, or is that a one-shot deal?
It seems to be a one-shot deal.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
Well, I'll look over to Baracus and see if he has a bow, and if not, I'll try to get this together and put it in my quiver.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, what are the other things
Rockets, you want
here?
this shiny belt buckle? You want this?
Mhm.
You want this?
He's like, oh, yeah,
Looks nice.
right.
They'll
Oh,
sell,
Hmm?
they'll sell for beer.
Oh, maybe. And any magical? Does it seem arcane? The silver belt buckle.
right. With the rest of the items, they're pretty much just what they are, just simple mundane stuff. But aside from what was described before.
The silver belt buckle is actually a cursed item that at random time your pants fall down.
You can do that if you want.
Well, that's
He puts
annoying.
it on. But yeah, so that's pretty much what you guys
What was in the
found so far.
And
what
possibly it's an
what
argument.
did I just release? Did I release a bone dragon from this too?
Yeah, there's a head of a Dracolich
Yeah.
rising out of the.
Hey, Mr. Floaty Halfling, turn around.
Yeah.
There could still be a dragon in there. Okay, so yeah, go ahead. You could go ahead and move. So I guess after the investigating of the bone pile, say like another we'll say 2-3 hours pass because you guys are probably attuning yourself to it at the same time. Given who took whatever, and then I guess who was it? Aldred's gonna move
Yeah.
towards the altar, the anvil and the altar.
But the bone scroll you
Oh,
listed
that's right. That's right. I'm sorry.
opening
Yeah.
it, but then you didn't tell me what was in it.
So, I mean, you probably had some experience with with scrolls and opening it, and I mean you didn't sense any arcanic trap or anything like that as you were doing this, and after a few just like trying to pop a stuck jar, you probably tap it a little bit on probably the edge of a bone or something, and then after a couple moments, boop, and as soon as the cork, well, not the cork, but the top pops off, um, you the residual energy inside it doesn't explode, but it explodes to your senses, where you're like, whoa, there's something really powerful in this thing, right? And when you tilt the tube over, there is what you first thought was a large scroll, but as you unravel it, it's actually four individual scrolls that were rolled on top of each other. And after looking at the incantations on these scrolls, you are able to recognize that these are divine scrolls of greater restoration. And there's four of them.
Okay.
So I'll put that for you. Let's just say.
Very nice.
So,
Yay.
Okay.
Did I spell that right? I hope I did. Restoration. I think, yeah. Oh, maybe.
Yes.
Oh, wait. There's four of them.
Yeah, I popped in my inventory an oversized bone scroll case and four divine scrolls of greater restoration.
Okay, so after that, you guys are approaching said Anvil altar area.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, are you staying in that spot, Lightfoot, or are you moving?
I'm moving up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you three cautiously make your way towards Anvil, probably you told them like, "Yeah, I feel some energy coming from that direction." As you come within 10 feet of the anvil, I mean, it's already cold in this place, but it seems to drop like 20 degrees all of a sudden, like below 20 degrees. Like, it just got really, really cold. It almost feels like the air got sucked out as you're approaching the this anvil, and as you're probably shivering at the most and probably trying to warm yourselves up as you come in, maybe warm up your hands, there is a light blue mist. You're not sure if it's coming from the water, but it seems to encapsulate this anvil. And in a moment, there is something that materializes in front of you. You recognize it to be of a humanoid shape, and as you look at it, you're like, wait. It seems to be of a dwarven stature. And as your eyes are adjusting, or maybe you're squinting, or in disbelief of what you're seeing come in front of you, you suddenly hear a voice come out from this entity and says, "Oi! Back away from my anvil, or I'll have your head." And slowly the dwarven stature becomes more comprehensible, where it's definitely a dwarf, and he's holding what seems to be what would probably be a mallet or a stone hammer. He seems to be attired, if less of what you guys can see through this apparition, some type of blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm backing up and casting water breathing on all three of us, just in case any of us gets knocked in by this, like, guardian spirit or whatever.
Right. So as you cast this, the other two, suddenly they take a deep breath unconsciously, and they suddenly feel like like there's a breath of fresh air, so to speak, that just entered their lungs. And you probably guys recognize this as the water breathing spell that Algid cast before.
I'd call over to the dwarf spirit. We mean you no harm, or nor your anvil, dwarf. We're seeking a worm rumored to be in this place.
Hmm. You're seeking a worm, eh? I thought you came to take my anvil.
Nay,
Hmm.
would not touch it without your permission. I'm a ranger of the north. Seek to slay this dragon.
Ah. Oh. Hmm.
I'll take a
Good.
cautious step back forward again. No weapons out at this point.
Right. He's still holding the
Maul.
the maul. Yeah. Um. Over, and he's slowly lowering it down. I mean, he's when you guys are looking at this apparition, you definitely see the upper torso, but almost like a genie in a bottle kind of effect when you're looking down to where his lower I guess torso would be and everything. It just fades into uh, a residual blue
Nothingness.
mist. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it seems to be it seems to be attached like if like a barrel of a lamp. He's attached to the anvil, so it seems that his spirit is um, coming out from this animal.
Tell us
makes
of this
sense.
place, good dwarf, and this altar. Would it be to the Allfather, Moradin, perhaps?
Hmm. It's a good guess. Yes. I've been trapped here for too long.
How can you be set free?
That that is a question. Probably if you do away with the with the owner, with the beast in here, maybe, maybe that'll work.
Do you know where it is, this beast?
Hmm. And he takes his mallet and he points it towards the upper section of towards the west.
Okay.
I don't know which way's west on this map.
Oh, just up, just west, just to your right, pointing up to the right.
That'd be east then, wouldn't it?
Oh, east. Sorry, yeah, west is west.
Okay.
East,
Eeny,
yeah.
meeny, miny, moe.
Hmm. As you guys are looking at, him, you guys can give me a perception check.
Keep staring at him. Make it uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. I've been looking at him pretty intensely.
You just think he's cute.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. I mean, aside from his facial features and stuff like that, I mean, he like I said, he's adorned in a certain way, and he has on him what seems to be a helm. Um, you recognize it as an Iron Shaper's helm. It actually has the Iron Shaper's um, uh, I guess lack of a better word, architecture, not architecture, but design. And there's also the recognizable crest of the Iron Shaper, which is basically a pair of hammers in front of a flame. And that's the crest that's on his helm. Somebody can also give me an intelligence check or a history check.
Go ahead, Lightfoot. You got this.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Oh, maybe.
Haha.
Oh, nice. Sweet, because it was a DC 20. Holy crap. Okay, good. So, um, from what you've probably also known about the history about the Iron Shapers, is that their clan hall was destroyed by Chlorethra centuries ago.
Okay.
So you definitely know that the dwarves of the Iron Shapers, they have if anything, um, you know, they don't like Clortha that much.
No, I wouldn't think so. Would that be enough to also let me know if they were located here, or was am I to believe that perhaps this anvil and this guy was taken from wherever they were from?
From what you know is that no, that they were not located here.
Okay.
Definitely, this anvil was something that was taken from, I guess,
Okay.
from wherever they are located. He did mention earlier that he's been trapped here for
Mm.
quite a while.
Yeah, yeah, but I wasn't sure if you meant trapped, you know, in the anvil, or uh and now that with the extra information, I wasn't sure if maybe this was a dwarven thing previously and he just moved in, Chlorotha moved in, or
Mm.
wherever he is. But okay,
Right.
so he was brought from another location and trapped here.
Right. So I mean, like,
That's the trick.
um, somebody give me a oh, you know what? Nah, don't even, no, I don't have to bother with that. So this shimmering transparent dwarf, he he has let's see, yeah, here, well, just give him a description of how better he looks to see. He's a shimmering transparent dwarf. When he gazes at your band with hollow eyes, his face is wrinkled behind a proud beard and a crooked
Mm.
nose. Although the right half of his face is horribly disfigured, as if from acid. Tattered bits of flesh dangle over bare bone and an exposed eye socket. Ugh. Adorned in a leather jerkin, his left arm is missing at the elbow, replaced with an ornate smithy's hammer. Oh, okay. Right. So I mean, and
He's always
now,
armed then.
yeah, he's always on. I mean, now that he knows that you're not there to
And always partly
serve
disarmed.
him.
Ooh, ba-dum-bum.
um,
So he seems less hostile though.
See, he does seem very less hostile, especially since you mentioned off the bat that you're here to kill or to kill the dragon or whatever entity lives in this lair. As soon as that becomes apparent, he's more friendly and he becomes quite chatty. He starts telling you, oh, the glory days of the Iron Shaper, fabulous smithy ironworks located 100 miles to the north. Blah 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 blah. He keeps going on and on and on. Um,
Mhm.
and then when you asked him about the how he can be freed, he says, "Well, you know, um, oh, by the way, I am Thorovar. Um, this is
Well met.
yes, yes, well met. And you are
I am Aldred Stonebreaker.
right." He actually holds out his one well hand, and as you reach for it, it just goes through. It's like, oh, yeah.
But I see you are of the noble Iron Shaper clan. Great
Oh,
stories are told of your kind.
right, and he holds his hand up to the crest. Oh yes, this thing. And he takes off the helm. He goes, right. Yes, we are the shapers, and he goes about their works again, so that, and then he goes on a tangent, and then probably a couple minutes later comes back. Well, if you say about freeing me, of ending this undead curse, um, let's see. Well, I could probably aid you against this dragon, but I have not seen or have heard of it. And oh, how long have I been here? He looks off to the distance and kind of puts his hand on his beard, and he's shifting and trying to think deep thought, trying to remember when was the last time he was here. I mean, it seems that he's been here for a while, and he doesn't really get that much visitors. I mean, the anvil itself, it aside from being wet, it does seem to be not in use for quite a bit. I mean, it has was it like moles and some slight fungus growing on it, some but other than that, it's like I don't know. But tell you what, if you return I mean the anvil to to my dwarven clan, they might be able to free me from here.
Mm.
Right. From what you guys know is that the last known clan of the Iron Shaper, they're about a couple hundred miles away from your given position.
Well, if we if we were to make it easier, we might be able to bring some of your clan here. Um,
Oh, either way, I'll let you figure out the logistics about it. But if you're able to return me, I'll
um,
probably be able to get
Side
this
quest.
done.
were you attached to the anvil before the dragon came in, or after?
Well, this was my enchanted anvil that I used to work on, making the different stuff for elves and a couple of the human, well, one of the cities close by. I mean, I was commissioned to do works, but that was a while back. I don't really remember. I mean, it's like yesterday, and it could be a couple of years ago or something. Huh?
So, as a follow-up, you seem to be quite injured. Now, was that due to your dealings with the dragon, or did you fight it yourself?
Oh, this here, and he holds up his blacksmith hand. He says, oh, no, this is just a quite embarrassing. An accident that I had when I was working on one of the refineries, and it just seemed. And he looks at his armed hand. It just seems suitable that would be my hammer
Wow.
and my anvil. Hammer and anvil. And he strikes the anvil. Dong. Actually, no, he strikes at it and it just goes whoosh. Oh, never get quite used to that. Oh, I do miss working on this.
So, I'm still confused here. Are you dead?
Oh,
Did you
am I?
die?
Did I die?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if I may, and he holds out his hand towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, if he's trying to touch me, sure. I'll
Okay.
I'll step into him.
All right. So what I need you to do is give me a charisma check. Charisma saving throw, actually.
Saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that saved it.
I am a warlock.
All
Proficient
right.
and very good with the charisma stuff.
Okay. Because what? And as you reach out for his hand, he's like, "Oh, you're quite powerful." Oh,
I've seen some stuff.
I see. Well, I was trying to show you. Do you? I mean, I know we just men. I can't say, oh, you can trust me. But if you let your, he puts air quotes, guard down, I can show you if I am dead.
Sure. That sounds like fun.
Right. So you let your guard down.
So I willingly failed to save.
Yes, you really fail to save, and once that happens, you feel energy emanate from his hand, and to your party members, they see him slowly start to dematerialize, and actually, it's almost like he becomes the essence of smoke, and he gets sucked into your hand. You feel him, if anything, attached to your soul, and you lose consciousness of yourself, but you're still conscious of yourself. In other words, like you're not in control of your body anymore.
Yeah, out of body experience. Like,
You're
I
possessed.
can see what's going on, but I can't interact with my own body. Yeah.
You're
No,
possessed.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, lack of better words, you have just become possessed, but you also feel uh, quite stronger. You feel a new renowned strength within you. Um, so if you were to allow, like you just did, the possession is called a weapon possession. He possesses you for a time being, and he he controls you, but he has a +2 to his bonus to all attack rolls.
Uh-huh.
On a successful hit, in addition to normal weapon damage, there's an additional 9 or 2d6 plus 2, we just say 2d6 plus 2, on necrotic damage that's inflicted. You can't be, let's see, it says Torovar can't be targeted by an attack spell or other effect except ones that turn undead,
Okay.
which would break the connection. The weapon possession lasts until the creature is dropped to 0 hit points.
Okay.
And then Trovar, and he can voluntarily end it on a bonus action,
Uh-huh.
or if he's turned or forced out by the effect of like dispel evil and good spell.
Okay.
When the effect ends, he will appear in an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you or the weapon. So actually, he actually gets attached to a weapon also, not just to you. Because it says one creature wielding a melee weapon that Trovar can see must succeed a DC 13. That's the charisma saving throw, or you become a weapon.
Okay.
And after that, he can't possess you for another 24 hours once you've done it.
Just on the save, right?
It's
If you save.
yeah. If let's see, the weapon can't be the target of another possession. Oh, can't be the target of another possession for 24 hours. Yeah, if you've
Okay.
been possessed already.
Oh, okay.
So after a few moments, he releases you, and he says, "See, I told you, I am not dead." Well, yeah.
Oh, seems like you have some things to offer
Indeed.
as well.
He says, "Well,
Aid us in the battle to come.
if you're after this dragon, I'd sure like to accompany you. Get
Yeah.
me out of this place."
How'd you feel about going into a great axe?
A great axe. Hmm. Who has a great axe? You?
That guy back there.
Baracus.
Oh, and then like he's almost like he's like shifting around like a genie of the lamp kind of thing. He just coasts his way around you, and he probably swirls around one of you, and he swirls around Baracus. And he's looking at your at your stature, and actually the great axe, which is are you holding it? Is it on your back?
Well, at the mention of it, I would Baracus would pull the great axe out.
Ah, very well.
And it's a +2, so it's nicely magical.
He's like, it's not my work, but definitely dwarven. I wouldn't mind, but if it was elf, no offense, I don't think I could sit. I probably couldn't sit in it. But I see you found that shield. Oh, that was an unfortunate one. That lost that one.
What about the shield?
I mean, and he looks at it. It's not dwarven made. That's definite. It seems to be elven made. I mean, we don't put mirrors on. I mean, well, we look at ourselves when we're behind this shit. Doesn't make sense. I mean, I don't. I could understand an elf doing it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty vain.
But it seems finally, and he's trying to like flick it to hear a sound, but his hand just goes through. I could never get used to this.
So did you ever see Chlorotha, or whatever his name is? This dragon?
No.
So it's
No. Never seen it.
I forgot. This is out of character.
Mhm.
How do we know that it's a green dragon?
Oh, How do you know if it's a green dragon, Cloretha?
Yeah.
You do not know if it's a green dragon.
Okay, because Rob put the
Oh,
green
green worm.
worm
The green
thing.
worm.
I thought they
I mean,
mentioned it in the histories or something,
well, yeah.
the tales or
I
whatever.
think, yeah, I think from the background. Yeah, I think,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get around to that to see if.
Yeah, I did say it's a green worm,
Okay.
Cloretha. Yeah.
Okay. So.
Hmm.
Okay. Then. Then yeah. Why don't we do something about that thing?
Chris, what's this guy's name again?
His name. Oh, you know what? I'll put it in the chat. What his name is. It's pronounced Thorovar.
Thorovar. I must ask you, this grand anvil of yours here, is this something that could be used to make maybe an improvement on one of my swords?
It yes, but I you would need a blacksmith then he goes and you know he swings on the anvil again and just goes. I would love to help you.
Hmm. If you found a hammer, perhaps you could come into one of us and guide our hand.
Hmm. That could work, but oh, you need a special kind of hammer. I mean, you
Ah,
see
I see.
mine, and he puts it towards you, and as he switches it from side to side, there are some ruins that's been carved into the mallet head.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I see.
There's it, you need some type of enchanted, and then this is the only one I know, but you see, and he swings it again through the anvil.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Well, in
So
the
how
meantime, I
far?
think I'll put the arrow together and maybe get some tips from him. He probably knows.
Definitely, if you're gonna spend time with it, he definitely say like, okay, you twist it there. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
no, yes, there, yeah, right, and he's
Okay.
basically guiding you out, and then you get it reassembled within a couple of minutes.
Nice.
Um,
Thank you.
was there? Oh, you're quite welcome.
Yeah. I'm just wondering, how far can you roam? Are you actually trapped with the anvil? Oh,
It's so to speak. I'm trapped with the anvil. It seems that I cannot leave the air, the this cavern.
the
I don't
cavern?
know.
How far have you tried to travel?
Well, and then well see, and then you see he starts to drift off towards towards the opening of the waterfall, and for some reason he looks like he just slammed into a wall when he reaches about this spot. What was it? When he reaches the spot back here by the waterfall.
Okay. Did he travel along the path, or did he just go
He
straight
just
across the water like that?
he just went straight across the water.
Okay. Okay.
And he goes, you barely can decipher or hear what he's saying,
I'm
but
I'm I, I- I'm gonna actually follow along,
he
walking
actually
with him,
follow.
kind of talking as we go.
Okay, right. So yeah, he's like, you go see. I mean, at first he just took a burst start, went there, came back, and he probably walked around again. And then he's like, I don't know, there's some type of energy, and then you see as he palms the air or that area
Hmm.
in midair, there's like a barrier that he's touching, and it gives off a subtle glow off of his hand.
Okay.
It's like, and
Well,
it almost like fizzles a little bit, like as if he's taking damage, but he's not showing that he's getting hurt. But it's just
yeah.
like it messes with his his I guess his
His
entity,
image.
its image. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I can't seem to get out of here. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering, if you wanted to come along and get some revenge on this dragon guy, if you'd just be yanked out of whoever you were possessing. Can you actually travel further if you possess somebody? I probably don't even know that.
Uh, I I don't know. I've never ever possessed anybody for that long to try out, but I
Oh,
know I can go wherever I want within this
okay.
cavern.
Okay. Well, that sounds like a plan. Let's go. I'm walking back. You know,
Mhm.
floating through the air along with him.
I
Just
think we're as ready as we're going to be. Why don't we get moving, friends?
yeah, I think
We've
so.
tarried for far too long.
Yeah.
Right,
Let's get moving.
right. So, as you're by that anvil, oh, actually, Aldrich, go ahead, give me a perception check.
All right.
Ooh.
Wow, I can't
Nice.
do much better than that.
Yeah.
No, you
Mistakes
cannot.
weren't made.
Right. Uh, aside from the altar that's there, there's that there was what you first thought to be, yes, the what's just labeled the glass dome, the reflection. You do notice that there is it's a glass dome, and
Mm-hmm.
the glass is more or less would say like fogged.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's hard to see inside, but you do see. Let's see. Hold on a second. How big is this glass?
It's almost. It's about 5 feet across.
Yeah, give or take 6 foot, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shot glass,
definitely.
giant.
Yeah, definitely 5 feet across. Um, I can't find the description. We'll just say that it is about. It's about 10 to 12 feet high. What you see through the glass, that's moving about it. It seems to be a creature that's floating, and its body, if it casts a shadow, it looks serpent-like.
Hmm.
Mm.
I'll pass this along to my friends and um say, Thorovar, do you know what this is? It looks like some creature is trapped in here. A serpentine-looking thing.
Oh, I don't know. I've always looked. I can't seem to look into it. I mean, oh look, and then he goes around it and he puts his hand on it, and the same like barrier is on this dome.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I see. I'm moving up a little closer to try to get a closer look as to maybe be able to pinpoint what this is. Whether it really
Um,
is a creature that's trapped in there, or if maybe this is like sort of like some sort of a giant sized crystal ball that's letting me observe something that's really elsewhere.
right. When you get when you closely inspect it, you definitely do see a creature is in there. It's just the glass is okay. That's the word. It's frosted, so you can't see exactly what it is, but you know that there is a creature in there. It's moving slightly, like it. If you would think of like a betta fish, it's like that. It's just still, and it'll slightly move, it'll slightly shift, but it's like a betta fish. It's just floating in not in water, but it's floating in midair.
Okay.
Hmm.
When you get closer, it doesn't even seem to. It doesn't even to seem to. I guess turn in your direction.
Like it can't see out or something.
Yeah, and
It's interesting.
Thorvor says, "Oh, that was there before I got here."
I see. You fellas want to take a look, see if you can tell what this is?
I can examine it, but first impressions, I'd say it looks like it's some sort of just containment field thing. Um, and we can touch it, right? And it's just feels like glass.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll try to see if I recognize any um arcane symbols or sense anything.
Right. Go ahead and give me a
Let's
an
roll.
Arcana check.
I did pretty good.
definitely pretty good. You do recognize this as some type of um, like a better, I guess, some type of cage. It's some type of containment where it's to keep something of a magical nature in and everything else out. Mag,
Yeah,
magic wise.
yeah, yeah. I'm thinking it's some sort of magic circle type thing. Yeah, whatever
With a
is.
solid barrier.
Yeah, with a solid barrier. Kind of like I would guess that's just a secondary
Hmm.
ability, or possibly the inside of the glass itself
So
is some
Thorvar,
sort
this isn't the dragon itself in here, is it?
of. I would think the dragon would be much larger than this. This is only what 12
Well,
feet
you know what
tall,
I
and
mean.
yeah,
Maybe it's imprisoned and it's not to actual size.
yeah. Well, possibly but why would it contain itself? It might be some sort of pet. Could be. I don't know. You said it's snake-like, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's could be a relative, maybe someone they didn't like.
Again, as it slowly shifts and it's floating, you do see like if there was an upper torso or lower torso to this serpentine type creature, um, closer to its upper torso, it's almost like it looks like wings that are flapping, almost
Mhm.
hummingbird-like,
Oh,
which is
okay.
probably giving it the sense of why it's floating.
Okay. I don't know. We could always try to break the glass because the magic is containing the thing inside. Um, if we break the glass, we could see what it is better and maybe release it. If this dragon just likes collecting oddities, perhaps it'll be happy that we released it, and and we might gain another
Man.
ally.
Hmm.
I'm
Um.
I'm a little bit mischievous, so you should
Right.
you should know that
Um.
not everything I recommend doing is what I.
Well, Barakas, what do you think as Lightfoot suggesting? Well, maybe we should break the glass.
Yeah.
Can I smash it?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you. This is out of character, but it depends on how you interpret my banter to be. Do you just go, "I'm sick of you guys talking," and then just smash it, or are you just muscle that we tell you go kill that and you go kill it? That's kind of a life choice for you to make as a character.
I think we should head on up to the next section, friends.
So
Chris, we
Aldred's
don't know about this
voting
shaft,
no.
do we?
Aldred's voting no on Smash.
Say again.
I'm fine. Oh, this is in character
Yeah,
again.
just on the off chance that this thing would be hostile.
Uh,
I mean, we don't really know what it is, right?
Nope.
um, nope. No. You guys can do a nature check. Given from the descriptions, maybe you might be able to discern what type of creature it is.
I'll attempt. Well, if I had
It's
advantage, I could have done something.
and
Oh, the ranger comes through.
all
Ooh.
right. From what you know from the BS3 that you probably um have
We're 10th level characters, so we might have come
like
across a lot
probably
of
come
this stuff
across something.
before.
Yeah. Um, you you think it might be a Zicatol, if I'm pronouncing it right.
Wasn't that the warrior thing that went in and
Oh,
Trying to
well,
fight the dragon.
that was a Jitakoto.
Okay. Oh, and wonder why I got him confused.
It's almost pronounced the yeah, it's almost pronounced the same. Oh, let me see if I get the definite. Give you more information about what it is.
Yeah, I think I believe I kind of know from mythology what the creature is.
What the creature is? Yeah.
As far as I can remember from my mythology, not my character, but I always thought that was a beneficial, like a life, a preserver type of um, being, almost godlike, and it's definitely been worshipped.
From that knowledge, that's quite a possibility. That's from what you know of that particular type of creature.
Yeah.
So there is a good chance that this might be it because of how, well, I guess how the nature of the beast, so to speak, how it looks. That might be it. Then again, it might not.
Well, do you
But
want to take a chance or not? I mean, it's
I'm
unlikely that
always
this
I'm
thing would
always
be.
up for some adventure. You know what
This
doesn't
thing
kill
is
you
not
makes you
likely to join
stronger.
our side, is it?
What?
This thing's not likely to join our side.
Well, if it's well, I don't know. Might be more likely to join your side than mine, but um, if you talk nice to it, maybe.
we toughness.
Well, one thing I'm sensing is that this dragon,
Mm,
in whatever form we see it in, seems to be one who likes collecting
mhm.
lives and, having them
Probably
imprisoned here.
figures, yeah.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. I finally found it. All right. So, from what you know, from what you see through the frosted glass, you have a good sense on your roll that this might be a coatl.
Yeah, that's the one.
Right. You know that they are known as divine caretakers. They are truth tellers, and there are ancient and few.
Yeah, that was the basic idea that I was kind of going with, but
hmm So it's possible that might be it. Then again, it might be a mutated another creature that you might have come across, a cockatrice, or possibly another creature that you probably fought in another dark cavern, a cloaker, given its shape and form.
cloaker. Uh, hmm, I don't know about those. The description, the way it moves and stuff, I would go with the good one. I think we should break the glass. Just maybe I should hide a little bit.
Go ahead, break the glass. I'll just stand right
Well, okay,
here.
okay. Just so you know where the uh trepidation is coming in. I think it might actually be a good creature, but
Uh-huh.
I have a pact with the fiends,
I
so
see.
there may not she may not, whatever this is, if it's good, if it's truly good, it may not like me very much. So I
Mm.
might be boned either way. If it's evil, it might want to attack me, and if it's good, it might want to attack me.
And
Yeah.
standing next to you is a half fiend.
Yeah, the half demon right next to me.
Oh no! I'm running out of
So
charge.
I mean, all of that information is what Rob knows from his inject. So
Right. Yeah. And,
he,
and I
he's
mean,
gonna have to.
And he told
I'm
you and everything
I'm
about.
I'm goading him into breaking the glass though.
It's like, come on, do it.
It might be very thankful for you breaking the glass. You might get some sort of boon from it. Maybe extra
Can I smash it?
powers.
You smash
know,
it?
you're a smart guy. You can make that decision.
Wait, does the Broncos? Do you just go ahead and smash it, or are
Oh,
you? Wait.
he keeps asking, "Can I smash it?"
Oh, he asked. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought you said. I thought you said, and I smash it. Oh, you said you're asking. Okay.
yeah. He wants me to release
Hmm.
him, take the leash off. Um, should we vote? Should we vote? I vote break it. I don't know if actually breaking it will free it. I
Might not be able to break it.
might not be, but
If you want to do
we
it,
got a
do it.
really strong guy here, so
I'll
let's
Oh,
stand ready.
there you go. He said go ahead and do it. So I guess are you guys gonna break the glass? And who's breaking the glass?
go to it, Baracus. Just break it.
Well, there you go then. Baracus pulls out his great axe and
Right? Go ahead and give me an attack swing.
His weapon is magic.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a pretty good hit.
Hmm.
Um, it it definitely hits. 12. Right. So you see, Brox, he does like an overhead, or like sledgehammer kind of swing, brings it about, finding a midpoint on this. Probably trying to split it in half, horizontal, vertical wise, and it connects, and you see a slight fizzle, which is you probably discern as the magical barrier on it. But the physical form of your weapon, it does break the glass, but actually slightly cracks it. And for a moment, it's not that it's stuck, but as you lift the axe back up, the crack, it turns into a split and it starts to travel down in an ununiform path down the glass, but it has not broken or shattered yet.
Okay. After he did that, I'm gonna step back and fire my Eldritch Blast at his crack, the crack that he just made.
at
So
first that made me think you're going to shoot an Eldritch Blast in Baracus' ass.
no. So 19 for 10 force damage, and the second one slams into it, 19 for 14
Right.
force
So
damage.
when these two Eldritch Blast hits it at that crack, um, again another fizzle, and but the force behind the blast, it opens up the crack slightly more.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're seeing probably like a 2 to 3 inch gap,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever's behind it, you start to see that. We'll say that you're starting to see the scales of this creature, and you're getting a definite guess that it's of some type of reptile or serpentine creature.
Okay.
But when Baraka struck it and you blast it, it doesn't seem to react. It just seems to be like dumbfoundedly just
Okay.
floating within the glass.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah. There seems to be a lot of magic containing things here. Um. Well, I say we go check out this dragon. Maybe. Maybe we can release them. Maybe he's holding on to some sort of power that's keeping these enchantments going. So I'm
Hmm.
willing. I'm willing. Unfortunately, I can't do anything at the moment to remove the magic that's holding it in place.
Right. Did you want to strike it again, or do you guys want to move on?
Come on, Aldred. You can get in on this.
Yeah, I probably could. All right, I'll move up.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Sure.
Didn't you smash things when you were young?
Mostly stone when I was learning to craft with stone. But
Oh,
All right.
well,
let's
use
see what we can do here.
those
My
skills.
trusty sea wind, my +2 blade.
As you're about to strike, well, probably you don't even need it. So yeah, you're about to strike, and you see Thorovor goes, "Oh, I can hit. Oh, never mind." So your swing goes through. Um, Basically at a different angle at the same crack. The glass now it shatters, and there is we'll say 7 to 8 inch of gap, probably like where the glass has shattered. It hasn't completely like collapsed or anything, but there is now would be a hole. We'll say it's about 14 to 15 inches in height, and about 6 to 5 inches in width. If you were to look through, you definitely see this creature, and at that moment, it does react, where it seems to do an inverted flip, and you see its facial feature look through the glass, and what you would think would be the eye. You do see an eye, the eye of this creature looking through, but his eyes are opaque.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, I'll just call to it. I know not if you can understand, but we're freeing you from your prison. Will you help us fight the dragon?
Sort of as a reaction, a moment later, the eye it switches to the other eye, and it's also opaque, and you slowly hear a muffled "Kill a dragon."
He said you imprisoned here for God's knowingly how long.
In prison. And he switches over to the eye. I can sense you. And you see him, he backs off from the glass. And if the creature had some type of disposition, he almost gives off the impression of like defeat. I mean, this serpent thing that's flying doesn't have shoulders, but you can see by the way he's flapping his wings now, it's almost like he's just keeping himself afloat, just enough to keep himself afloat. But if he had shoulders, he's almost like surging over, like he's been defeated.
I'm gonna try one more thing. I want to send a mage hand through into the prison through the gap.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, create it on the outside and send it in.
Create it on the outside and send it in.
Yeah.
Right. So when you create an outside in, as you send the mage hand in, you can feel your spell starting to dissipate as it goes through the barrier.
Yeah. I figured as much. Yes, it's magic circle. It's definitely keeping them in. We have to. I wish I had the ability to dispel it, but I don't. I say we just go hunt ourselves a dragon. You know, I hear you can make a lot of neat things out of their body parts. So, what say you?
Right. And then, as you said, what say you see Trovavard like appear from behind you, like if you guys were encircling this glass, and he goes, I might be able to help if you're trying to break the glass.
Oh, sure. What do you want to do?
And he looks around and says, "Ah, Baracas, should we have it a go?" And he reaches out his hand to you.
Come on, Baracus.
You want to what now?
He just wants to get inside you.
So to speak.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you've never done it before.
uh, he's trying to keep a serious face. Like, oh, yes, Baracas, should we?
Kind of tingles.
Rox just hesitantly holds out his hand.
And he says, right. And then he actually, when he reaches out for your hand, you actually feel an actual, like a firm handshake. And in a moment later, he's sucked into you. Again, the same effect as what happened to Lightfoot. You suddenly feel a renowned strength, and you probably hear Trovar in your head. You get that outer bit, that we call it, outer projection body experience, and he says, "All right, no, just give in, stop fighting. All right, okay, now, oh, man, this is a nice weapon." And you see Baracus, he's like examining the axe. He's like, oh man, but you don't see him talking, but you hear Trovar speaking. Well, actually no, you do hear him speaking through his mouth. All right. I never thought I'd actually, this is quite a new perspective.
So he's speaking through
He's speaking through Baracus,
Baracus.
but
Okay.
in hearing his voice.
So it's like Baracus's voice, but it's
No, it's actually his voice.
Oh.
So it's a dwarven voice coming out of the tiefling.
I was hoping for like he's trying to make his voice sound like himself, and it just comes out as a very bad accent.
I could never pull it off.
Yeah.
It's like, right. Oh, I guess I better hurry. Baracus doesn't seem to like this. But all right. Moving on. So then
Wow. You just spoke more words in the last minute than I've heard Baracus speak the entire time I've known him.
really?
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, oh! If I could only say what he said. Okay. All right. Okay, let's do this. So you see him. He takes the axe, and he's almost like, instead of swinging overhead like a sledgehammer, now he takes it back like as if he's chopping a piece of a tree, and he takes like a practice swing, almost like with a bat. Okay, well, if I hit it right here, and right. Oh, you might want to step back a bit. Okay. All right. And then you see he arches up.
I'm
And then as he's coming into his swing, you see almost a sudden flash, and a glow takes over the axe, and it's kind of awkward. It's kind of awkward, but you don't see the hammer, but you see you recognize the runes that were on the hammer suddenly become emblazoned on the axe head. On both sides of the axe head, as he comes into his swing, and when he connects with the glass, there's a sudden flash, almost like a flashbang. You guys were totally unprepared for this, so you're momentarily blind. The thing is, you don't hear the glass break, but you hear a sharp, high-pitched frequency sound like. And it lasts for like a moment. It lasts as long as the flash duration of the flash. As soon as that dissipates, the sound, the ring in the ears, it goes away, and what you see Baracus. He actually is in now at the end form of his swing. So it's almost like he's at the end form of a follow through, but the glass is still intact. And he's like, "Wait for it." And then you see the glass. It slightly shifts, and the top portion starts to come undone off itself, and it starts to topple over, and it comes crashing down onto the side. And then you see Baraka's take the great axe and holds it on his shoulder. Well, yeah, glad I can help. Yeah, right, I'm going to get out. Hold on, let me just enjoy the view. I've never been this high before. So he's standing there as probably Brock is trying to get him out of his body. I can stay here if you want. As the glass topples over, the figure inside, it swoops down as the top half falls over, and slowly it rises up from the bottom half, and you do see its prominent head and its wings slightly flap. It is lightly colored, almost like a bit of fish, like I would say, not the texture, and also its manner of hues within its scale. It seems to go from blue to light blue, all of a sudden to a purple, and then a dark red. Going from, I would say, from its front to the back. Its wings, it's like an off spot color of like light turquoise with green at the ends. And it slowly flaps as it rises above the half. Let's just say there's probably like maybe 3 to 3.5 feet left of the glass. And it rises up, and then it slowly slumps down. And with its eyes looking at the party, it's looking in your directions, but it's not looking at any one of you. And it slowly lands, and it curls itself to a pile, and then its head slowly cradles itself within its body, and then the wings gradually go into like it stops flapping, and basically it comes to a rest in front of the glass dome in front of you. Okay. Well, I'll let you boys handle this. And then you see Rockison give a shake as Thorovar's spirit leaves him.
So, how long were you in there?
You were talking to the
the snake.
Okay. It takes a long moment to respond. It almost appears like it died.
Mm.
And I mean, after a long moment, it slowly lifts its head up and it says, "I've been here for centuries. I am Jitekoto. I thank you for freeing me."
We tried. Did the dragon capture you?
Chlorothra.
Yes.
Oh. He, I'd say, tricked me.
Yeah, dragons are terrible.
Oh, I must rest. And it slowly lowers its head back down to its body. It slightly curls up, and if its eyes were able to close, it would. You probably see that's eyelids slightly shift down.
Hey, let me see if one of these things would do anything, and I pull out one of the scrolls, and I cast it on him.
Right. So,
Greater restoration.
greater restoration.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any healing for him, but
Right.
he'll
So,
at least reduce his if he has fatigue.
right. So, I mean, it takes you a minute to get this incantation to work. I mean, it's probably some in a language that you not too familiar with, but digging into your memory bank, so to speak, you're able to discern a couple words and find the gist of it. Take like just like any ritual, probably like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then within that time, is there anything that the other two are doing as you're doing this scroll of restoration on him? If you guys are aiding him, or if you guys wanted to do anything else in the area, like there's the altar, or if you want to conversate more with Trovar.
It is 3:10 a.m.
Or we can stop at this moment. I didn't even realize the time. Oh wow, yeah. So for we'll stay as his eyelids shift down. We'll end the session right here, and then we'll pick it up the next time we do another one shot.
Yeah, if he can't help, maybe he can give us some tips. Does the dragon have any weaknesses? A missing skill like smog?
Missing skill like smoke. There's that one spot right above his breastplate. Well, definitely you'll find out.
I think our tactic should be
Poking in the butt.
well, I was gonna go the other direction and have it swallow you, and then you could fight it from the inside.
If it swallows him.
Yeah. You might be chewed up a little bit, but
Right. Oh, I will. Oh, just to leave it on a cliffhanger note. Where is the threefold arrow?
My quiver.
yeah.
It's in your quiver. All right. So definitely the fletchings are standing out. And then as right before he says, "I need to rest," he does say, "You found one of my arrows, and I need to rest."
Oh,
Don't.
okay. You can borrow my bow. Come join us.
Okay. So we're done for now.
Yes.
Tune in next time.
Same bad time, same bad channel.
Yep. So if anything, we'll pick up from here if we're missing anybody. If not, then on with the story.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot more RPing than I was thinking there was going to be. I thought we were going to get.
Yeah,
to
it wasn't
the-
exactly action packed, but it was still
No.
cool.
Mm-hmm.
Baraka's got to hit something. He's happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I fired Eldritch Blast too. I mean, we all technically got to hit something,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Not much yet, but I think definitely if you guys pick it up, well, when you move on from here, well, if you can see what I can see, yeah. Well, the whole encounter with the dwarf could have been totally different too.
yeah, I'm betting it would. Yeah.
Yeah, if we weren't trying to speak, he might have attacked.
No, I mean you just definitely off the bat you just said it exactly what you're there for, not But if you did otherwise, then it would have been totally different.
Yeah.
And holy
Cool.
crap, what this guy can do.
Yeah, if he's a ghost and all that, yeah.
Well, yeah, especially if he manages to possess one of us. I mean, because the way it's written, he would have a chance to possess each one of us in turn,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and so we'd be battling each other for quite a bit of it. I mean, just at that point, I mean, he might do a whole bunch of other stuff before then, you know,
Oh yeah.
waste all of his major abilities, and then when he gets kind of low on health, then start possessing people and
Mm-hmm.
and have us whittle our own health down.
Yep. Yep. But I mean, good on the. I mean, definitely. Right when you said we're here to go search for Cloretha and kill him, that
Mhm.
just totally just changed it.
Cool. Well, I took a chance. Fing at Taurus generally aren't friends with dragons. Evil dragons, anyway.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That paid off because yeah,
Yes.
because anything else would have been like you step away from the guard, step away from.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and on our short rest, I took the opportunity way at the beginning because we had fought green. Uh, they were green dragonlings, right?
Yeah, they're green
Yeah,
dragons. Yeah.
yeah. I took the opportunity to switch um my resistance to poison, and so
Uh-huh.
I was desperately trying to find out what the dragon was, so that I'd be like, what should I switch my resistance to? Should it be poison? Should it be acid? Should it be fire? What am I?
Wait, so black dragons are they the acid ones?
Black
Acid
dragons are
spitters.
acid, yeah.
Oh, okay, so the green dragons are
They use a poison cloud, yeah.
the poison cloud. Okay. Frost
Worse
is
than bad breath.
fire.
Yeah.
Blue is lightning. Blue's what's golden? Gold is what are
Gold
they?
is
Gold is fire.
fire. Sometimes gold is listed as acid, but yeah, gold is probably fire.
Gold is fire.
Gold
Yeah.
is fire. Red is fire.
Right.
I've looked enough times at Talash's racial traits.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. It's not because I was having a conversation about like dragon anatomy with my coworker actually Steve. I was talking with David about it. We're going about the dragon anatomy. I forgot there was somebody. I don't know if it was one of you guys that mentioned some type of movie where it was all about dragon anatomy. It was a movie like it was like a kids movie, but they're talking about um like the anatomy of a dragon, like why they or how they spit fire is they chew like rocks like birds, and that creates the flint inside
Huh.
their stomach, and um the to cushion the landing when they're like basically when they're dive bombing from a say like 100 miles per hour, or like they're just dive bombing at a high speed in order to prevent that or to coast, I guess, on the surface at a very very low altitude. They will use their fire breath as a basically as an auto thruster or
Hmm.
so, yeah,
Retro.
to yeah, like a retro thruster to keep them afloat or to cushion the
Yeah.
impact onto the ground.
Yeah. Another one I've heard of is that dragons are large. The ones that shoot fire are just big gas filled hydrogen balloons. Hydrogen? Yeah, hydrogen balloons. You know,
Mm,
so they just expel their hydrogen, and then they have some sort of way to ignite it as it
ignite.
comes out. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that movie because like the movie was about like there was like a certain type of mineral or
Oh,
jewel
you,
that they would eat.
you're talking about the oh, yeah.
It's the
Ring
one
of
where he
Fire?
turned.
Ring of Fire.
Is it Ring of Fire? This is when he turns into a dragon himself or something. I think.
Oh no, no, that's not that one then.
No, yeah, it's like the main character of the movie. He turns or dreams or something like he becomes a dragon himself, and that's how he's able to figure out the anatomy because he's examining himself as it's
Hmm.
happening to himself.
Nope, I don't remember that one.
But I think that the whole storyline was like there was like a precious stone or mineral that the dragons would eat, which
Hmm.
also explains why they seek out treasure because that's what they would consume in order to create that spark or something to ignite the gas in their body.
Yeah.
Some of that was in the Flight of Dragons animated film.
There you go. I think that's it. It's Flight of Dragons. I think that's what it's called.
Sir Peter,
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Flight of Dragons.
big deal with the board game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
We still have that on recording.
Really? Yeah, it's called Flight of the Dragons. Yeah, that's the one. That was like a
Flight
good
of
reference.
Dragons.
It's a good reference for like dragon anatomy and why they.
One interpretation, anyway.
Yeah, one interpretation. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
which I thought was cool. But yeah, so that's
Not
what we were
bad,
talking
although
about.
it was a feature of American animation back before the anime thing took over.
Yeah, that's like what, like 1970s?
No, that
Or
was it.
is it 80s? Yeah. But yeah. Well, cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for another little quick session. I'm actually thinking I might actually like
1983 initial release.
1918. Wow. I was 2 years old. 2 years old.
And I think I have to correct myself that it wasn't American animation because it's a bunch of, two Japanese directors.
Huh.
2 of 4.
Even back then.
Well, yeah.
Well,
I mean,
you go back far enough, you've got Rocket Boy, which was way back in the 60s.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
well, even a lot of American films with American directors animated, they would ship whole scenes over to Japan or something like that, where the animation would be done by them, but it
It's
was
just
art
dubbed in.
directed by
Uh,
someone here.
hmm.
So you do get the a combination of the two sometimes. I mean, Tron, you know Tron,
Yeah.
the uh, the light that was in all the scenes was animated, and it was
Mm.
basically hand animated, and
Oh,
they
wow.
they sent the completed footage over to I think it was somewhere in Japan, and they were just people were just filling in the colors
Yeah,
for
can you
hours and
imagine
hours.
how many frames that was? It's
Yeah,
24 frames per second.
yeah. I mean, well,
I mean,
it's
that's what the eyes can catch, 24
yeah,
frames per second. But
but I mean, the
Well, 60
an
frames per
animated
second for
film.
oh,
tricking the eye into motion, perceiving it as actual motion.
motion.
Anything less than that, you start to catch choppiness.
Hmm.
That's why they have that 60 frames per second baseline for
Well,
things
yeah,
like
for some
3D roller coasters and such.
yeah.
Yeah.
Gaming suffices at 30.
Well, I'm pretty sure movies for a long time in the film days were somewhere in the 20 to 30 range.
No, I'm
They
sure.
weren't at 60.
And 60, I would think, would have to be limited more towards the computer-generated animations.
Yeah, now that it's gone digital, they're a lot faster. Some are.
Yeah, I think film was 24 frames because I remember studying something where like how they explained like I mean it was definitely choppy like how they explained like a guy was in the car and all of a sudden the car explodes and it seems so seamless, but they actually just chopped out the frame where he was in it.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like it's definitely like just literally one frame was taken out where he was in the car and then the next frame he was not in the car. But he
yeah.
took the frame out where he was in and just spliced it together. Wow,
Oh, yeah, that's
splicing
editing. Yeah.
film. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Back
splicing film
then.
is ridiculous. Also, a lot of the animation, I mean, not just animation, but special effects that they'd have to do with film. I mean,
Hmm.
they were actually like carving, in some cases, carving the pictures out. The little on the film itself. We're carving it out, putting in something else, and then uh, re remastering it. So that they were like animation. They were actually layering film together to
That,
get
that basically creating an actual mask, as
an
not
actual mask,
digital,
not
yeah, an
a
actual mask, yeah.
yeah.
Actually, looking at the Wikipedia article, it's 24 frames per second for sound films,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not for French.
anywhere from 16 to 24 for silent films.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, you can trick the eye at a fairly low range, but there there is, as with everything, a variation in people's ability to perceive. So there are people that will see flicker at certain rates
Oh,
more than others.
oh yeah, it's just like hearing. Like there's certain people that can hear higher frequencies than others or lower frequencies than others. So
Even
it's just like
seeing,
sound editing, yeah.
yeah, even seeing people see different ranges of the color spectrum. Some people see it more distinctly,
Hmm.
like somebody with perfect pitch can tell the difference between A flat and
Yeah,
wait,
yeah, exactly.
B sharp, no, A sharp and B flat. There's a difference between those two,
Yeah, they
but
can say, yeah, you sound a little flat. Like, what do you mean you sound a little
yeah,
flat? What are you talking about? I sound flat.
and it's the same thing. There are people that can tell the difference between very very close colors that are only like maybe a couple hertz difference in their color frequency. There's people that can see those differences.
Yeah,
Uh,
like in the early days of green screen,
mhm,
like the early days of CG in the movies and green screen, like because I studied in school, and it's just so funny. Like me and my wife were watching, we were watching Aviator, a
mhm,
really well done movie. And actually, my teacher was one of the women that like we actually had to model the plane that was in there. Like, that was one of the class projects that we did. But anyway, um, she couldn't she couldn't discern between the actual footage and the CG footage when they were matted on against each other. I
mhm,
was like, you can't see the pixelation, like you can't see the outline glow around that dude. Like
mhm,
he's not there. That's the green. She's like, no, they're in this. It's this. Like they're both in the same. They're both real. Like no, one's CG, one's not.
mhm.
That
Yeah,
explains why some people fall for certain things, like reasonably skilled photoshopping.
yeah.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, especially like if your eye was trained. I mean, I don't know if my eyes any better now, but yeah, back. I mean, there are still some pictures that you can tell.
but there's also the whole psychology of everything, of the way we interpret images. So if you understand that aspect of it as well, you can trick people easier with less. You
Right.
know,
Right.
it's that whole thing about the lines and the colors, and whenever you see those optical illusions of which one's longer, which one's shorter, what color is this,
Right.
uh, you get all that stuff together and master that, you can do all kinds of stuff that.
Right. Right. Well, one thing that I did learn, like every time I look at a picture, is okay, because that's what I guess I got trained to look at is the light source. If it
Mhm. Right.
matches, that's where you could definitely tell right away if it's like Photoshop or if it's out
Oh
of
yeah,
place because of the light source. Not unless they're
definitely.
totally good at masking that or recreating
Oh yeah, that's
the
that's
light
always
source.
one of the troubles, because I like to Photoshop together some things,
Hmm.
like character art and stuff like that, and I like find something that is like perfect for what I want, but it has a perfect aspect to it, and there's another image with a perfect aspect to it, but the lighting sources are not right or something like that, and then you have to start tweaking it, and the more you tweak it, the more
More,
wrong
yeah.
it looks,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
so, someone with much better Photoshop skills than me could probably do it, but
All right, Rob.
Yeah, I got
All right.
you guys. I'm
yeah,
drifting.
Yeah, you got to rest.
See you next week.
yeah, yeah.
All
Take
right.
care, guys.
Well, do you
I'll
too.
go. Yeah, see ya.
No, but yeah, I remember in class when we studied like creating multiple images to seem seamless as one. Um, I think the only way at that time That was like, oh my god, that was like Photoshop 6 or 7. Um, we would
I'm kind of doing the same thing as Rob, so I'm gonna head off too.
Yeah.
all right, catch you next week.
Yeah.
Um, you, even just grayscaling it first, it was still hard to replicate the light source. So basically, you're trying to take the light source out of the image, but you still have to mess with the mid tones and everything. I mean, because even if you do
Oh
to
yeah.
even if you try to adjust it to a strong contrast where you just get black and white, to take away the light source, it's just totally hard. I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, there are so many qualities to light that you don't realize. I mean, even if the light source is coming from the same direction in two different images that you're trying to put together, but the quality of the light, like the harshness of it, is
mhm,
slightly different. That becomes noticeable too, because it's like, why is it shining or reflecting back so much more on this object than on this object? You know,
mhm, mhm.
you get artifacts in the images that become fairly
Yeah,
easy to determine that they're fake.
yeah. Just like when I used to work in a Druid district, I used to do catalogs. I mean, just getting a perfect white background. I
Hmm.
mean, it was, oh my god, it was a
Oh, just
headache. Even using
just
a
trying to
white
clean
box.
up
Yeah,
all of the dust and
the,
scratches and stuff. Yeah.
yeah, just to get that, because
Yeah.
that's to look all perfect and nice. I mean, even after that, I was like, I mean, you can't just use the wand tool and it'll select all the white. There's like you said, there's all these artifacts around it because of the different tones. And then if you zoom in and you get the pixelate, like the actual pixels, there's like so many different types of pixels that you gotta,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I know, I know. But there's a lot of techniques where, like you turn everything that is like 90% black to total black, and
Mm-hmm.
anything 90% white to total white, and then you start fiddling in there
Mm-hmm.
a lot of stuff. But there's a lot of the um, functions in the background, the heuristics that they're starting to use now are getting so much better that a lot of that stuff is starting to become almost one click, where you're like, I want to clear out all of the stuff in the background but not the main image, and then you go click clear,
Right, right.
and it goes
Yeah.
shoot. I mean, it's still not perfect, but
It can fool like the average eye.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you basically are just clearing up around the main body, not the rest of the picture,
Mm-hmm.
because everything outside of that threshold is just cleared for you. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as there's just a little bit of haloing that you got to fix, but that's about it. But yeah, yeah. So I suppose I should head off too. So I'll see you next week. Maybe we'll be able to attack some dragons. And I'm all alone.